All righty, we are live. Cajun Coin Hunter here, aka Boudreaux. How y'all doing today? Well, we hope y'all had a good weekend, and we hope y'all have a safe Halloween trick or treat night. I see we got a couple of people popped in here a few hours early. Luke Duke at 3 o'clock. East Coast Ken at about 15 to 6. He's handing out candy right now. He's being safe. He's staying home passing out candy. He's not going to get run over by a big old semi truck. So, anyhow, we might have somebody new come in the panel tonight. I'm not sure yet. Not going to mention any names until it happens. What's up, Randy Torboli? Mon ami. How you doing? Passing out candy over there or what? Oh, and I know what I got to do before it hits it. I got to mute my other side. And there it was. As soon as I got to it, started chatting. Matt 83, man, what's going on? My partner, my fly, my brother Matt. Man, I was worried about you. Pudding Tang, how you doing? How's Florida, Alabama line treating y'all this evening, tonight? It's dark where y'all are, I know that. Y'all are ahead of us, I think. I think y'all on Eastern. Y'all real close to the timeline, though. There's my honey Missy. Doing pretty good. We actually had our trick or treating yesterday okay, just for that area. Okay. David Carlisle, what's going on, mon ami? Yeah, Matt. I spent 3 weeks in the hospital there. Right at 3 weeks. Missing a day from 3 weeks. Last month, no, this month. It was last month, this month. Yeah, I had 2 different hospital stays. That's what I was worried about. Oh man, I'm hard headed. It's just gonna take more than a non-working gallbladder to get me out of here. What's up, Mark? Marky Mark, Twisted V Twin Garage. What's up, Mike Hodge? Who is this old guy? Yeah, that's right. What's up, Mike Hodge? I didn't even read that. I just remembered that from a comment you made the other day in another panel. Elton Jones, what's up, mon ami? And we're getting a good little crew in here already. I guess people did miss me, huh? Yeah. Okay. Well, Maida's Workshop is not going live tonight. They passing out candy at the church. They having trick or treat at his church. So they doing their stuff over there in Texas. So I went, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and go live myself. Me and Gleason talked about it, and there's Gleason right there. We was on the phone today talking about going live earlier this afternoon. Bill Beckett, how you doing? All right, Matt, you about to leave the dock in Marrero. Okay. All right. Come up when you get down to. Oh man, I forgot. I got to put my earbuds in, otherwise my audio is going to suck.
Oh, Missy, hey there, Elton. There's the Steel Wool Queen out there tonight.
What's up, DeCom? My dabba do, man.
Yeah, I would have got back with you a little bit earlier there, Cajun. My kitchen sink is stopped up, and I have gotten 2 different kind of stuff to put in it. I took it apart all the way down to the floor, and it's somewhere from there to the main line because everything on both sides of it's working in the house, though. The toilets and everything, you know, all that's working and not backing up. It's something right there. I was like, man.
Yeah. Hey, Steel Wool Queen, how you doing, Shy? Bill Beckett, how you? Hello again, Dabba Dabba Doo Man, Dacone. Let's see, who else I missed? Daryl, how you doing, buddy? Oh, okay. Let me do this here for Daryl.
Got a fine little group in here tonight.
Oh yeah, we're getting let me do this here. Hey Daryl, check your email, your other email, you Road King. You know the one I'm talking about.
BR Chef finally says he finally got to see me. Yep, this is me. I don't normally do this. I was going to put on my Halloween. My grandson left his Halloween mask over here tonight, earlier. And I was going to put it on when we came on, and I didn't do it. Yeah, he left one over here that'll fit me.
Golly. Pirateship.com. Up, Raising Cajun. Check your email, Raising. Let me see. What? Oh, Baton Rouge Chef. What's going on, buddy? How you doing? Oh, well, I was bad off for a while, but I'm all over that now. I'm about 90%. Let me see. Where was that at? One of your lives. I won playing a game, but Mrs. Big Silver never sent nothing, and the email she used gets returned. All right, Puddin' Tang, I'll get with him on that. If I remember, I'm gonna write myself a note. Remind me, or send me an email, Puddin' Tang. My email's in my description box, right below your screen there. My email's right there, Cajun Coin 164. And send me an email to remind me about that tonight, if you don't mind, please, sir. All right, let's see. Dancing along with Reynolds. What's up, Mon ami? Okay, let's see. We got some people backstage here. We're going to add on Raising Cajun and Daryl. 2 ATVs. How y'all doing tonight?
Oh, we're doing pretty good. Cool master, Cajun.
No mask.
I ain't got one thing to show off real quick, Cajun. I'm going to show you what CM Silver got this, and Joe Durbin's auction the other day. I don't think I own but 3 pieces of silver now, and this is one of them. It's the Angel, and I'm going to give that to my wife.
Oh, yeah.
1 ounce Angel. How about that?
Right.
Nice.
We're going to put this truck into the wind. How about that?
Steelwood Queen.
How you doing, Mr. Raging Cajun?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. How about you, fellas? How are y'all doing on this fine day?
I'd be doing better if my kitchen sink would drain.
Uh-oh.
Need to get you one of them plungers that I don't know if they still make them anymore.
That one that pressures up.
Yeah, it's what it is. It's a 1-stroke pump. You know, like a bicycle pump. You know, like that. 1 stroke down like that, but they have like a flange on it, rubber flange that goes down. It'll fit different sizes.
Well, let me
And
tell you
and
what
and you push down one time on that thing, and if you got plastic pipes, it might uh,
uh,
make the joints come loose. You
well,
know.
let me tell you what I did do today. Of course, I read the instructions on everything there, and I always used to use Crystal Drano. Well, today I couldn't find anything but liquid plumber or liquid Drano gel. And so I put some of that in there. Well, I waited and waited and waited, and I put boiling water on the stove through it, and it just sat there. So I went and I had it, just the old standard plunger. And I plunged. Of course, I read it. I knew it. And I thought, well, it ain't going to hurt that plunger. It didn't. Well, a little bit, the stick went right on through it.
Oh, boy.
Or I was working it so hard,
Yeah. And you was jabbing that thing hard.
Yeah.
So I'm out of plunger too now.
Yeah, it ain't draining in you out of a plumber. I don't believe in none of that liquid plumbing and all that. I don't, tell you the truth.
Well,
I
it does more harm to your pipes than it does good. I mean, that doggone that.
Hell, if it can't eat a little bit of grease up, it ain't gonna eat them pipes up. Now maybe some them old fashioned chrome plated. Now if it was chrome plated brass pipes like it used to be in the old days, oh man, them pipes lasted forever. Oh yeah, did you get hey Bill Beckett, did you get your truck fixed, Reggie?
Yep.
They got it squared away for you. That'll work.
Yep.
What did it cost you for that part?
All together with labor and everything like that, it was right around $300.
Okay. How much was the part?
$100.
100. So it was 100. Okay. I thought just that part, being that name you got on that truck, Volvo White or Volvo. I know it used to be Volvo White years ago. I don't know if it still is.
No, it's just Volvo.
Okay, because I remember Western Star when I had my Western Star. They came out with the white Western Star. Mine wasn't a white Western Star. It was at one time, but it got repainted. It used to be white, but it got repainted. It got repainted to gray, a silverish gray, which I love that smoky gray color. I do. Charcoal gray, smoky gray. I love that.
They're built right here where I'm at. So I mean.
Oh yeah. Western Star.
No, Volvos.
Oh, Volvo. Okay. So, but I love that truck, man. That was a awesome truck to me. I never had any problems with it. Never.
No, the part that they put on it, I'm gonna order an extra one and keep it on the truck
in case it happens again.
Yeah, because it's 2 bolts. Pull some hoses out, pull it out, take the bracket off the part, put the bracket onto the new part, put the hoses back in the correct holes, and just bolt the part back onto the frame. That's it.
Okay.
You
save you a couple of $100 like that too.
Are you gonna be one of them truck drivers taking a 2-day vacation tomorrow and the next day to occasion?
No, I'm not. No, we've got to run.
Hey Gleason, read the Cone's comment.
I did. Yeah. I answered him.
Okay.
Back up there. Yeah, I'm looking for.
Okay.
I've lost.
Yeah, I heard seen earlier today that they were saying for shutting them down tomorrow and the next day, so I didn't know.
No, I don't think he had a load, Bill. I think he said he was deadheading.
No, I'm deadheading up to Terre Haute, Indiana to pick up a load.
Terre Haute, yeah. I thought you said you was deadheading.
Yeah. 850-mile deadhead.
Yeah, golly. Man, you could have made. Well, you're still making a no load money, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm making $1.80 a mile.
Okay, that's what I thought you was getting some. Breezy, what's up, Mona Me?
They're
caught
paying
up on
us.
doing
They're
something
paying us.
else.
Yeah. They're paying us
Yeah.
more on these loads right now on the empty miles than the loaded miles because it's so big of a deadhead. It's not even
Yeah.
funny.
Right. Pudding Tang, yeah, they did take my gallbladder out. They sure did. It wasn't working at all. That's what caused my pancreas to inflame, go bad. Not go bad, but my pancreas was real sick. Put it that way. And then they went. I had a second surgery or procedure. Actually, a procedure. It's not really a surgery. They go inside of you, but they don't do it through your stomach. Yeah, they do it through your stomach because they put something down your mouth and throat, stomach, and then your duodenum. Then they go where the gallbladder and your bile ducts and check for stones. Well, they had to abort that second procedure when they got in there because my pancreas was still pissed off, put it that way. So they might want to do another one in another month and a half or 2 months from now. So I'll be back in the hospital again. Back in the saddle again. I know all the nurses at this hospital in town. The one in Opelousas, I didn't know anybody over there except for my doctor.
I've seen a couple though. What I'm looking at right now on Harbor Freight that I may try it out. It's dirt cheap.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's a spring steel drain cleaner.
Those forced air, instead of a plunger, use a different type like the cone was talking about. When your sink gets stopped up, kitchen sink or bathroom sink, and you force that air in there, and it, something's gonna give. Put it that way. Hey, John Kaiser.
I'm about to save you a little bit of money. I've used that thing from Harbor Freight. It's garbage.
Wait just a minute now.
Yeah, so it's no good, Gleason. Don't buy it.
You're better off going to Lowe's and Home Depot.
Yeah, spend a little extra, and you get extra life out of the thing. Like the cone was talking about, he's got one that uses a CO2 cartridge, and you pull a trigger.
I'm in the bracket. I'm gonna have to go with the 499 model if it works. I'm gonna try it anyway. It's a 10-footer.
Oh yeah, if your money's funny, well, if it lasts one time, hey, it paid for itself. You know.
And I kind of know where I'm working at right there. I know that it's in a certain area, and that should reach it because I know my main line is clear.
Is it past your P-trap, or it's in your P-trap?
It's between that and whatever junction you got hook up that goes to your big line. That's where it stopped up at.
Mine did that, and I was lucky. My gray water didn't go in the where the sewage goes at. My gray water goes in a drain that's actually on the side of my house, on the edge of my house. It's a drain and a pipe, a different pipe going to the road to the rain gutters. The rain drains off the road every so many feet, like every 1,000 feet or 700 feet or so, you got a gutter, a drain that goes in and pipes in your infrastructure. That's where my gray water goes. So, and that's where it was clogged at that junction.
Yeah.
At that junction. And every now and then I got, because Missy, she knows that, the grease goes down the drain. Oh yeah. And it'll grease up.
And
good thing I got it, set up the way I got it set up.
Excuse me. Yeah, and about a week ago, it was a little bit problem. and I boiled hot water and
Uh-huh.
and a big like at least 5 quarts probably, and that was rolling boil, and I poured
Yeah.
it down both sides, and it cleared on right up. You know, usually that right there takes care of anything I have, but this
I would
time,
just do one side, and that's the side that goes straight down.
yeah.
Not the one that L's off, that's connected to it. Do that one. Hey, Grizz, man, what's going on, Papa
And
Grizzly?
the one that goes
Man,
straight down,
hadn't seen you in a while.
it's
Coon's age.
got a vent. Mine's got a little automatic little vent up there that on that straight down pipe behind for your on the drain behind the sink there.
Got a little vent built in on it. Huh.
Yeah, it's a little screw in. It's like a little valve, and it's that's what came on the mobile home
Huh.
like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know what you're talking about.
Hey, Tommy Hanlon. Hey, Space Rangers, what's going on? How you doing, Tim? Uh-oh, there's Ed again. Okay. How you been, Grizz? Up there in the Northwestern Territory. He's up there, Oregon, Washington, up in that area. And got a nice sawmill. More or less, it lives off the land, you know. He lives like a lot of people wish they could live. Put it that way. Old Grizz does. He woods all around him. He go hunting anytime he wants. Get him a rabbit, a deer, or a squirrel. I like that life. The marsh living down here, it doesn't get that cold. You trap fish for a living, shrimp, crab, whatever. Did that for a few years out in the marsh. Had a camp out there.
It's a different world, kind of where you're at versus where I'm at. I mean, when you go say hunting and stuff, I wouldn't be having to worry about the gators up here yet. They ain't getting here yet.
Hey, William.
They will
Walmart,
someday.
William.
Hey, William.
Oh yeah, Grizz grows a garden, all that. I seen him some super hot pepper seeds one time. He said them things burnt. Okay, Tommy Hanlon. I think I caught you. Wet rain right now, huh, Grizz? Hey, Grizz, if you want to pop up in the panel with us, send me an email, Grizz. It's right there in that little description box. CajunCoinHunter64@gmail.com. Send me an email. I need your email anyway, Grizz. I switched computers, and I don't have your email address in this computer.
Them peppers catheterized his hemorrhoids.
Oh, wait a minute. What?
I said it. Grizz said it. Them peppers cauterized his hemorrhoids.
Cauterized my hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
Spit it out, Boudreaux. I think I sent him some. I forget what they were, but they were like in the top 5 of the world's hottest pepper. Because I was growing. I was doing seed production for Pepper Joe Seed Company. I was making a few dollars like that. Oh, Tim. Oh, you put out some new songs? All right. You ought to pass them on to your niece and let her have a go at it in a concert one time. She might make you famous, Miss Nicole.
Oh, I did. I won a 2021 Silver Eagle in Joe Durbin's last week, Cajun.
You won a Silver Eagle?
Yeah, 2021. And I bet I hadn't won in there now, and well, it was close to a year. and last, like a year ago, I was winning, pretty often, and like he just does A to Z, picking a letter.
Right.
And I got to a point I thought I ain't never gonna get it. There for a while, I could just about hit him. For
Oh,
the
okay.
time I was on that show,
What reverse you got on that Eagle? The normal one or
I
the
don't know.
new
I
one?
ain't got it yet. He said it's being mailed out today. I think it showed
Oh, okay.
in the mail. I don't know.
Gotcha.
I know that guy on TV the other night that talks all the time and selling
All right,
coins.
Chris.
He
I'll
had
wait
that,
on you, brother.
He had the 23, and he had the one with. They made a short run of 23 with Queen Elizabeth, but then they switched it over to Philip, right?
Right. Yeah,
They
you're talking
weren't
about
going to be none of her, but they said that she was still alive when they normal time that they start production of them, and they was a short run of them. So,
Right.
those are going to be worth some.
Oh yeah,
money.
with a low mintage. Yes.
Yeah. And then you're going to
Yes.
have both. So you'll have both of them people that year. You're going to have her and Philip.
Right.
And then there
Well,
was
Tom-
one other one, and that guy was asking on that. I can't remember the name of the show. He has it on in the middle of the night, and gosh, it was unbelievable. Like, it seemed like it was $200 for them 3 coins. I don't know.
No, not this year, Tommy Hanlon. Not this year. We're gonna have to fall back one more time. There was talk about it. I didn't think they were gonna fall back this time. I thought they
Yeah.
were just gonna keep it like it was, and I'd have been more than satisfied.
Well, I just read on earlier, Cajun, about that this afternoon, and now in Tennessee we voted to change, but then it's still the Congress hadn't done something, and if they get it done, well, then next year you and me won't be changing our time no more.
Oh, y'all changed y'all. Yeah, we do it at a different time.
Well, we voted to do it, but the state did, but it's still something got held up with Congress.
Oh,
They ain't never got around to doing what they were supposed to do. So it ain't official yet, still.
Yeah, let's put it next week when we feel change them, man.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
This
Next
weekend.
next the 8th,
Yeah.
midnight, the 8th, whatever, or 2 in the morning, whatever they say officially it's at 2 because of the bars and all that,
Usually
There's some bar rooms, some states, some parishes down here, you go till 2 o'clock, because the bars close. A lot of the bars down here close at 2.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them that close down at 4, and some of them they don't shut down, 24 hours, or till like 6 or 7 in the morning or whatever. But anyhow, over here, it gets 2 o'clock. When the clock hits 2, everybody's waiting. The owner will go, the manager or the bartender, he'll go back. 1 o'clock. Got an extra hour drinking like that.
That's
for
the
the
way
boozers.
the 5th
That's
is
the way South Carolina used to be.
That's South Carolina. Okay. What you were saying, Gleason?
Yeah, the 5th is when ours changes Saturday night on the 5th.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I said the 8th. I'm looking at October. Crap. I'm still on October. My bad. Thanks for correcting me.
Well,
Yeah.
I didn't know. I mean, I thought maybe y'all might have been different. I didn't know, but I just looked in the calendar and I was
No,
like,
no, that's the United States wide.
That's the United States time.
Yeah, I was looking at October. It's the 5th. Yeah. I don't. Usually I'll do it. On the last day or the 2 days before the new month starts. I'll flip the page over and retack it, thumb tack it. I got that one little area on my wall right there. It's full of little holes. Missy can't nab the same hole every time. So, hey, Dean, mountain of a cord, mountain of coin, a cord. Yep, long time. No, I seen you on Big T's live stream not long ago. A week ago, 2 weeks ago. All right, Grizz, give me a sec. I'll check it here and I'll send you that link, partner. Papa Grizzly, be good to see you in the panel again. Hey, Grizz, you heard from, well, I'll ask you that when I get you up here. Because I hadn't seen him in a while. My cousin out there, Gators World. And me and him's related on his mama side. That goes back, that's a long ago distant relative. Because his mama's family were down here during that Grand Voyage too. When all the Acadians got exiled, shipped out. Okay. Steel Wool Queen, if you want to jump up here too, send me an email, Shot. Or if you want to, I think I got your email in here.
I think she said she was going to jump out of here for a few minutes. Her cage.
What?
I think Steelwood Queen said she had to jump out for a few minutes.
Okay. Because I seen her just a minute ago in the chat.
Yeah. She said she had to go for a bit. She'll be back in a little while.
Okay. All right.
Hey, Papa Frank.
Now, Grizz says my dishwasher broke down. Pissed me off something bad. Said I slapped her one good time and told her to quit crying. Lord have mercy. There you go, Grizz. Check your email, buddy.
She's waiting on you. She wants to dry off.
You want to dry off? Okay. Oh. Yeah, you will. We're going to do it. It's done anyway, okay?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Who's that, Miss Delisa talking?
Yeah, she's over here talking to the dog.
Hey, Delisa, how you doing?
He said, "Hey." Yeah, she's over here. The dog went out in the yard, and the dog's standing here waiting for her to dry her off. So,
Papa Frank Guido, what's up, Mona Me?
yeah, that one that boy was talking about a while ago, big Cajun, is that thing cost $65.
What's that? Oh.
One called Big Blue.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The thing $65.
Steel Wool. I checked the email. If you come back, when you come back, check your email. I'll get you up in the panel, Chef. Grizzly, what's up?
Boo. Hey, Boo. How's it going?
Looking like David Carlisle. Go ahead.
Yeah.
He looks just like David Carlisle, don't he? Damn. Wait, hey, if I put David Carlisle up here next to you, y'all pass for twins.
So you're actually related to Gators World, huh?
Yeah, well, his mom is A-Bear, and I'm related to the A-Bears down here. And he said my mom's family got caught in that Grand Voyage many moons ago. So
Oh, wow.
he's got family here on his mom's side.
Okay. Yeah, he just released a video today or yesterday, was it? I haven't watched it yet. I haven't
Okay.
been commenting too much. I on the videos that I watch, I very seldom comment anymore.
Yeah, me too. I hit the like buttons. Like if I watch 2 or 3 videos of the same channel in a row, I'll leave
Yeah.
one comment and say I watched the other 2. I'll mention the other 2 and say I commented on those 2.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but he said something about trying to get that old camp filling back up at the camp or something. So
Oh yeah, he's got to winterize it.
yeah.
Yeah, he's got to put antifreeze in all the pipes, and because if he don't, man, he'll come back and it'd be a mess when he get back after the thaw.
Speaking of the dishwasher, she just got home.
Now, what part of the country is Mr. Grizz there? Where is he, Cajun?
Northwest Pacific side.
Yeah, Northwest Oregon.
Or
Oh,
Not Portland. Nowhere near Portland. Don't associate me with that area.
he's in the boondocks. He's in the woods.
Yeah.
Say the damn what you call them revenuers, they won't even go up in this neck of the woods. They too scared. Bigfoot and him Grizz with his shot twice barrel shoot gun.
Yeah, I gave all that up. Believe it or not, I quit drinking.
Did you?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, I
I
just
did
decided to
too.
put it down one day.
Since 2018.
Pardon?
I've been done since about 2018.
2018, yeah. Yeah, I just decided I was done and put it down. Says I don't want to do this no more, and I just quit.
Papa Frank said, Grizz, he makes me want a coffee rock.
I might step out a minute, Cajun. I'm getting a phone call from somebody I've got to get.
Yeah, just mute yourself. You'll be all right.
Okay, now I got to figure this on out.
Hey,
Okay.
Mrs. Peaches, how you doing? What you got to
Hello.
figure out, Grizz?
I was trying to remember how the chat worked on in here.
Oh,
Yeah, there I got it.
yeah.
I'm on my cell phone. I'm on my cell phone, not the computer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, with the cell phone. You can either see the chat or the screen. One or the you can't see the picture and the chat both at the same time.
Right. Well, yeah, you don't want to see our ugly faces anyway, so might as
oh,
well see
no.
the chat.
Oh, hell no.
How's that sawmill doing? It's still up and running? Treating
It's
you good?
still running. It's still usually, so if it starts on the third pole, it's doing good.
Okay. Still cutting good?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm really
Consistent.
still. I mean, hey, if I had my druthers, I'd get something else before the money. For a starter sawmill and everything, you just can't go wrong with this thing.
Right.
And I've heard as many complaints about I've been telling people to go get a Woodlands Mills because you get better customer care. But I've heard more complaints from them than I have, from the Harbor Freight ones.
I had seen when I saw your video in the mill, naturally it suggested, since I was watching the sawmill video, YouTube popped up some other sawmill videos, and this one guy, I forget the channel name. Man, he had one heck of a saw, man. That sucker was automatic. Oh yeah, it went back, and you could tell it what to do. Like if you want to make quarter sawn wood planks, quarter sawn is the prettiest grain for furniture and cabinets that you want to do. Cross quarter sawn.
Right.
And, it brings out the grain and all that. It's more stable It's more
Mhm.
stable than like just a 12-inch board, with all that grain like that, and it just makes for prettier cabinet doors and stuff.
Oh yeah, but to get a quarter ton lumber, it takes a lot of work, even or a lot of
Yeah,
time, even with something that's fully automated, because
right.
it's got to rotate the log every single cut.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, and you get more waste, a little bit
Right.
more waste from quarter sawn than you do regular sawn wood.
Yeah. Well, it just that depends on how you. If you have if you have an edge saw, then you don't.
Okay.
If you're running your quarter saw cuts, like you cut the log in half, then you rotate it and cut it in half. So you cut it in 4/4, and then you start flipping back and forth on the two edges that you cut. And those there, you run it, those slabs as they come off, instead of running it through the saw again, and you could get a bunch of waste. But if you run it through the edge saw, you can set it to very minimal waste.
Okay. Well,
But
back
I don't have
then,
an edge
a long time ago, they didn't have that option.
Yeah.
saw. Yeah, and I don't have an edge saw. I keep on saying one of these days I want to build an edge saw, but I want to do my edge saw a little bit different. I want to build it where it goes right on my sawmill.
Oh, okay. Anthony, what's going
Hey,
on?
Anthony.
GM85, my California buddy. Here for a
California.
minute, just got home. Yeah, he's in California. He's up there in the northern part.
I'm sorry about that, man. California, is that part of the United States or is that part of Mexico?
Yeah.
I can't give you, Anthony, I can't give you too bad of a time because I was born and kind of grew up down there in Northern California myself.
He's over there around the Oakland, the Bay Area.
The area. Oh,
Yeah.
I was up around Redding is where I grew up at. You'll know where that is at.
What's that?
You'll know where Redding is at.
Oh, okay. I was catching up in comments here. I think I'm caught up. Yeah, hey, y'all talk. Keep on talking. People rather hear y'all talking than me, probably.
Well, I can talk to you. People start telling me to shut up.
Eck, what's up, East Coast Ken?
Hey, East Coast.
Just got done trick or treating and passing the candy out. Well, Ken, you got a link waiting for you in the email if you want to pop up.
Man, I was all ready for the trick or treaters here. I had my paintball gun all loaded up and ready, and not a single one has showed up.
Not yet, huh?
Not yet.
Over here, they don't hardly go to houses anymore.
No.
Up and down the road, walk the roads and all. They don't hardly do that no more over here because downtown they got what they call business trick or treat night.
Yeah.
And on 2nd Street, that's the business and historical part of town. And all the way from 190 north, and it goes south for like 3 blocks. And on the sidewalks, and it's just a little one way, and it's kind of curvy a little bit, going around some landscape areas where there's some trees at, it's easy on the eyes. But the sidewalks don't turn or nothing like that. They straighten. All the businesses set up those bowling tables or those like KC Hall tables, and big 8-footers, about 3 foot wide. And they will bag up candy. That each business probably have about 100 to 200 bags of candy. And the trick or treaters, the kids, they just go south, hit all the tables, and they cross 2nd Street by City Hall, by the library in City Hall, and then they head back up north.
Yeah.
on Second Street, walking, and man, they come home with like 3 or 4 grocery bags of bagged candy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when I first moved here, we lived in the rich part of town, and we'd have the trick or treaters coming to our house. I'd spend $150 on trick or treats, and it would be wall to wall kids in our neighborhood. Yeah, and then I moved on out here, and I don't know if they still trick or treat because they got that here now. Most of the businesses are doing it, and most of the kids you see downtown now.
Well, that's what they do right here. They call it the treat trail or something or other, and they don't really do the trick or treating very much here either. So
Yeah. Hey, Chef Scott, how you doing, morning, mate?
Do a second, I'll be right back.
all right,
All right.
yeah. Gleason said he had to go help somebody in the shop for occasion, so he said he'll try to get back in a little bit. I don't know whether you've seen that or not, but
No, I didn't.
yeah.
See, when I'm talking, like I was talking
Well,
earlier about the businesses, I wouldn't. For some reason, my eyes stray away from the comment section.
hey, Bill Beckett.
Cool. Cam, if you want to jump in the panel, send me an email or just let me know. Wait, I think I got your email. I'm not sure, Ranger, if I got it or not. Yeah, I do. I do. If you want a link, just let me know and I'll shoot you a link. Okay. Oh, that was fast. That was a quick one.
Yeah.
Let me open up 2 of them things there so I don't have to do it again.
Yeah, it rained here all day today too, so I laid back and napped most of the
Oh,
day.
man, it was beautiful over here today. Man.
I will
Uh,
now that I'm
uh,
finally into back to feeling a little bit normal, I got to get out and clean that shop out before the winter time gets here. Cause
yeah, I mean, it was a beautiful day. We had a few days like that, and then the cold and the rain hit. Not cold, but real chilly. But I
well,
opened
yeah,
the front door and back door today again, and just to let the breeze pass through, kind of
yeah.
like that spring air.
Well, it's cold and chilly and rainy here, so you see what I got wrapped up on me tonight.
Oh yeah, one of them
Yeah,
sofa shirts, sofa blankets
yeah,
that you can put your arms through. You can put your
no,
arms through.
it ain't one you got to put you can put your arms through. It's just a
Oh, okay.
little blanket thing, but
I tell you what, those are nice. It's like a blanket. It's for 1 or 2 people, whatever. But you put your arms. They got sleeves on it. Put your arms in it. It's kind of like a hospital gown, but it's a blanket.
yeah.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
a hospital gown, but it's a blanket. There's Tim. Oh, shut your YouTube side off, Tim.
Okay.
It's kind of like a hospital gown.
Hey, UFO.
Yeah, I got you muted. You can unmute yourself anytime you want, Tim.
Okay, how's that? Is that better? I turned it off.
Yeah. All you have to do is pause your YouTube side.
Okay.
That's what I do. I pause my YouTube side, and that way I keep up, see how many people are in the house.
Yeah.
We got 21 right now, so.
Nice. So you got your gallbladder out, Cajun?
Oh yeah.
That's good.
It wasn't working, so my surgeon evicted it.
Oh.
It wasn't paying the lease no more.
There you go.
Time for it to go.
Yeah. Then they went. Had that surgery done, that laparoscopic, and uh, and then they went in again about a week and a half later, something like that. Check for stones, and they had to come back out. They aborted that mission because of my pancreas was still mad.
You're doing better now, though, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. My abdomen, stomach area is not hurting.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. I can feel it every now and then. You know, a little twang in there or something. You know, a pain, and but it goes away after 30 seconds or so, something like that. And I know that's just my intestines working. You know, stuff moving around in there.
Careful now with eating a lot of spicy food now.
Oh no, well we never did eat hot food, you know,
Yeah.
hot food to start with, spicy food. No, The only thing that we would eat, that we put a lot of pepper, you know, like uh, uh, pepper and stuff in is ball crawfish, you know, because it takes so much of that. I mean, you would swear if you would see me dumping pepper and all that crawfish and crab boil in there, you know,
Yeah.
like a half a jar, you know, and a whole thing of salt, a whole box of salt and a half. You would swear that stuff was gonna, man, like you wouldn't better eat it, but it don't. It takes so much for that to get inside of them crawfish, you know,
Right.
and it's
Yeah.
I'm like a lot of people. If I can't taste my food and all I get is heat and like that, burning my, I don't want it, you know. We just season our food with Cajun seasonings mildly, you know, and we'll have our spices, whatever, on the table. And if you want to add, hey, you know, add more, you know, to your taste buds.
Right.
Yeah.
Like when Missy cooks for me, you know, like breakfast or something, she doesn't season my eggs. I just put my own little salt on it because I don't want to be doing any black pepper, you know, right now because of the fact that black pepper doesn't uh, digest and all that like salt and red pepper does.
Right.
Black pepper actually stay in your system, in your digestive system, a long time,
Didn't know that.
and can cause polyps. You know, like diverticulitis or whatever.
Yeah.
One of them black pepper grains. Now the white pepper, because white pepper is the inside of the black pepper kernels. You know, white pepper I think digests, but the black parts don't, because that's the hull. The black is actually the hull of the peppercorn, and that can get stuck to your colon or whatever intestine and cause a polyp, you know, a blister over it.
Didn't know that. Good to know.
Diverticulitis, man, my dad would use the hell out of that black pepper on his food, and but you know, not that much. But anyway, it caught up with him when he got to be I don't know, 74, 75. He died at 81. So he was about 75 when he had a bad case of diverticulitis, diverticulosis, whatever, however you want to say it. He had a few hundred of those little polyps bust, and he almost bled to death sitting on the toilet.
Man.
We called the ambulance. They loaded him up, shipped him off to the hospital, and in the ER and all that. And that's what and then they did emergency surgery on him that morning. Well, it was like 3 in the morning when he went to the bathroom twice, and my mama, she said something's up. He's going again. He ain't telling me something. So she got out of bed, went in the bathroom, and there's nothing but blood in the toilet. She says, you going to the hospital? No, I don't want to. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
They almost had to sedate him to get him in the ambulance. Mama said. I wasn't there. I was living out of town at that time.
Randy, it kind of sounds more like a short somewhere in your circuit somewhere there. You need, I guess you need to get an electrician out there to make sure there ain't no short in your circuit.
What's that?
That's what usually throws.
Oh yeah, that circuit breaker randomly trip for no reason. Yeah, it's bad. Breakers do that. They will break down, especially if they've been. If you got a 15 amp breaker and you actually got a lot of stuff on that one circuit, that breaker will get hot. It gets hot, and it will shut itself off.
Yeah,
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Keeps your house from burning down.
Yeah, especially if you got a bad capacitor on your furnace or on your blower motor or something.
Yeah.
That's what I was kind of thinking. It's more of it's more of a short circuit somewhere besides the breaker itself because I mean that's what it seems like to me would be because when it throws a breaker, that usually tells you there's something that's not right about it. So
Yeah. If it keeps doing it all the time, yeah.
yeah.
Hey,
You know,
Chris Miller.
Chris.
usually the furnace breaker is going to be on its own circuit, nothing else. But if there is something else on it, it might be in timing of something else coming on when it shouldn't have, because a furnace circuit is supposed to be on its own. So it can overheat because of that reason if something else is put on that circuit. But typically they don't, but they will on, when the breaker starts getting older, they'll start popping for no apparent reason. But it might go maybe another 6 months before. I wouldn't worry about it, but if it gets to be more and more frequent, just try replacing the breaker because it might be getting old.
They cheap, Square D,
Yeah.
GE, and all that. They cheap. You can go to Lowe's, Home Depot, or your local hardware store. Like me, I would not go to Lowe's or Home Depot because it's a 24-mile drive, just to Lowe's, and I'd rather go to the hardware store here instead of burning $10 worth of gas, because the
Just
breakers
$18.
ain't even $10, I'd be burning more gas than the breakers even worth. Trying to save $1 or $2,
Yeah,
Chris
the same way I do my local hardware store.
Yeah, we got Tri-Parish Electric over here. It's a place where all the electricians go and get their stuff. Get their supplies when they wire a house up.
We got a electric supply house right here in town. So unless I'm going somewhere, going in that direction, I don't go to Lowe's much either. Hey,
Yeah.
Gran Turismo.
Hey, Gran Turismo, what's up, Andrew?
Hey, Andrew.
What's going on, mon ami? Yeah, the Tri-Parish Electric, they right at the same price as Lowe's. If Lowe's is $6 for a breaker, Tri-Parish might be like $6.50 or $7. It's not that much more.
Well, that's kind of like the electric supply place here in town. It's just as cheap as Lowe's because a lot of their stuff they sell wholesale to a lot of people. So
yeah, I get my stuff wholesale from
I don't care. I don't care if they're right next door to Home Depot. I'll go into the mom and pop's hardware store. I'd rather get into local business than even if I have to pay a couple dollars more. I want my money going to local business, not to the big corporate world.
Right.
Yeah, that's the way I am too.
Yes, sir. That's a fact. Got to take care of your local businesses.
Yeah, support them. That's what I do.
Yeah. And if it's a little bit more expensive, not much. I mean, they got to stay in business. There's just one place here in town, DNR. It started off as a welding supply house, and all kind of other stuff too. But I tell you what, it would take you. I could run you a tour of the place anybody a tour of it, and it would take about an hour and a half to go through to look at everything they got.
Well,
That's how much stuff they got. I mean, if they ain't got it, you probably don't need it.
well, we had a local guy when I lived in South Carolina. They were the same way. They've been in business since 1920 something, man.
Oh, yeah. And
And
their inventory is amazing, probably.
and they had stuff. I don't care what you went in there for. If it was made in 1948 or something or another, they had parts to fix it. I mean,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot different than Lowe's or somebody like that's sold out of. They don't even think about sold out of. If it ain't new model stuff, they don't even have the parts for it. So, Andrew, I used to live in Hartsville, South Carolina.
Yeah, he's up in Virginia now.
Yeah, I live up in the mountains of Virginia now, but I was born and raised in Hartsville, South Carolina.
Because every element in the blower immediately turns on when I get a call for heat from the thermostat. So it's getting a high power draw at one time.
I gotta grab me a
It uses
coffee. I'll be right back.
contact. All right. Yeah, I would say your breaker is on the way out. I'd just change it, Randy. Change the breaker. It's only a few dollars.
How old is this home? Because some of the older ones are like $20-25 for the breakers. When they're they're longer, they're about 4 or 5 inches long instead of like 2.5.
Well, if he's got Square D or GE, they're gonna be cheap. Or Siemens, they're gonna be cheap.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna be no more than what, $5-6 for a breaker, I think. Now lately with all this going on lately, inflation, prices going up on everything, and people following the leader. My insurance on my Jeep went up $10 a month. $10 a month more. So with State Farm, okay, they're supposed to be going down, not up.
Yeah.
So you figure if State Farm has 2 million people with policies, all right, and they $10 for every person, for every insured person, 2 million people, that's $20 million a month extra they get. And I don't think they're paying out 20 million in damages every month.
Yeah.
For car insurance or home insurance, whatever.
Well,
I could see going up $2 or $3, but that's about it.
This time of year, Andrew, no, it wasn't the heat, but I met a hillbilly girl and ended up moving up here. So, I mean, so it was cause of a hillbilly girl, and so that's why I'm up in this part of the world, and they were. And I mean, up until a few years ago, I had kept my house in South Carolina, but I finally got sold out down there and moved up here all together. So it used to be where I took the winters back in South Carolina, but moved up here in the summertime. But they Renegade's garage.
I'm kind of like you, ATV. My wife is originally from Michigan, and I moved up there. I moved up there for her for a couple of years, and she wanted to get out of Michigan. So we moved back down south.
I mean, I had a double wide in South Carolina that was on family land, and me and my family kind of had a falling out. So I said to hell with it, and made them buy me out. So I instead of moving that daggone double wide. So, but I mean, that was our main thing. But we'd go down there in the wintertime and then come up here, stay up here in the summertime. At least I didn't have to deal with so much snow and all that. So, It was Andrew. Yes, and it was. It do seem like it was cheaper, but at times, and then the other things, it actually was more expensive. So
Yeah, I learned something from my insurance agent several years ago that when you get car insurance, no matter how many miles that you drive, I always tell them you drive less than 10 miles a week for work,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
that'll
well,
really,
they have that in on that mileage safety thing. I mean, saver plan, because we might put 50 miles a month on our Jeep. You know, that's it.
hmm
You know, Text guy 790. Man, it's been a month of Sundays since I saw you. How you doing, brother?
hey, text guy. Yeah.
Cajun, I'm gonna get off here, bud. Good to see everybody. Everybody take care, man.
All right,
All
what
right.
you
Oh yeah.
damn, where you going so fast, Tim? Y'all fixing the jam? I see your drum sets up there and you're in the studio.
Yeah,
So,
I was going to work on some more tunes,
oh,
songs.
okay. I got you. I got you. Well, all right, Tim, appreciate you coming in, bud.
All
And
right, thank you.
all
Appreciate
right,
you having
and
me. You all
I'll,
have a
I'll
good evening.
I'll see you next time you go live, bud.
All righty.
Blue top.
Yeah, Andrew, I was about 90 miles off the coast, but I still had my finance company still forced me to have that doggone flood insurance. But the thing about it uh was I was sitting on top of a hill, and if it got and I was in that sand land up there and in the sand hills. So if it got, I told my insurance company that if it gets up high enough out here for me to for it to flood my house, you might as well call Noah and get the ark sent out,
Yeah,
because
right.
there was no way in heck that place was gonna flood. But
Yeah, but uh you got different types of flooding.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
well, I mean, I'm
Something
glad
can
I
bust. Your washer can go out
yeah,
or flood your floors in bathroom, bedroom, whatever.
well,
Uh,
that's another that's what I was fixing to say, that my house did flood, but it was because we were being nice and let actually our mail lady that was running our route up here in Virginia. She wanted to go down south for a little while, so we let her go down there. But I had my first cousin turn the water on at the house for her to stay down there, because we always cut the water off when we left. And he didn't cut it. He didn't just cut it on. He cut it on full blast, and
all at one
the
time.
pipes busted before we got back down to South Carolina, because it got cold one night down there. And
Oh,
I mean, it was like 4,000 gallons went through the inside of that damn house, and in less than 48 hours. So I mean, but I mean, it was I I ended up getting, we got about three-quarters of the way back, rebuilt back on the inside, and then my brother died, so that threw them, and my family became assholes. So excuse my language, Cajun. I didn't mean to say it that way,
no, go ahead. Yeah,
just
yeah, that's no,
they
no,
became
no problem.
buttholes, and I told them, I said, well, in order for me to get out of here, I said, I will. You either give me X amount of my the land this year, because I'm the oldest kid, and I mean, I was giving my sister the old home place and all that. So I told him, I said, so in other words, I either get half of what Granddaddy left behind, or y'all buy me out, and I give him a price on the trailer that was still, halfway. I hadn't quite got halfway finished with it. So I just sold out to them and just got the heck out of there.
Right.
I don't have to deal with them anymore.
You see, also you could have some bad weather storms come through. and take part of your roof off, and
Well,
rain and all that, rain, a deluge, that'll
Yeah.
flood the inside of your house. You know, like
Yeah.
up where you at now. I'm talking about.
yeah. Well, we got a metal roof on this thing. I mean, it was just put on a couple years ago, but
Yeah,
we just it gets it's a lot doggone colder in the world. So, I mean, in the wintertime up here than it was in South Carolina, that's for sure. But
Hmm.
I mean, but it's paid for and it's sitting on top. It's sitting on top of the mountain, so I
right,
can't. We can't really complain.
right.
Yeah, you know, on that flood deal where you said you live, you might as well call him Noah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
When we first bought this place about 30 years ago, our driveway, there's at the bottom of our driveway, there's a stream that comes on in there. And I figured if anything ever flooded, it'd be that stream. But we had some really bad rains, and the stream flooded a little bit, but the side of the mountain flooded horrible. And
Yeah.
we had a 4-foot river running all the way down our driveway. It tore it chewed like a 4-foot wide by a 2-foot deep ditch going all the way down our driveway, about 400 feet. Just completely destroyed everything, and then went slamming into the neighbor's house.
Yeah.
So
There's-
yeah, even mountains can flood.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the way it's shaped right here where we're at, we're sitting on top of one mountain, and then there's two mountains on each side of us, and the low place down in the bottom down there. Yeah, that little creek down there always floods in the springtime. It just, but I mean, luckily we don't have to worry about it up here because where we're at is basically rock. So I mean, you dig down, dig down a couple feet, and you're in the rock. So
hmm how you off for water there? You on like a pipe of water from the road coming in, utility water, or you got a well?
Who's
Down.
that?
well,
Daryl.
uh, we're up here in we got the guys got county water.
Okay, all right. What about you, Grizz? You got county or you got a well?
No, I have a well, plus I have gravity flow water too.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I knew you had a well, but I didn't know if that's what you was actually using for your house or just your garden.
Yeah, no, I have it. See, our gravity flow well is only, our water flow is only like 20 pounds here, and that will run the house, but it's just kind of low pressure. So we got the well hooked up for the house, and then I use the gravity flow for the garden and stuff. But
Okay.
but I could switch it just a flow, you know, just to turn a couple of shut off valves, and I got the gravity flow in the house if the power goes out and stuff.
Right. Okay. You know, you can get a research pump and put on that, and you can have you'd have a lot more pressure than you would as on its own.
Yeah, I just have that well developed, and I don't want it just to sit there and go stagnant.
Well, that's right. Yeah, yeah. Use it or lose it, as they say.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I've seen one well go for I think it was 15 years, a buddy of mine, and he went to reactivate it, and he did, and I mean it came back up just like an oil field well, you know, flowing and blowing, and he had hooked that up to for his garden. What's up, MJ Boudreaux? What's up, my cousin? Got another Boudreaux in the house. Mine's with an X though. His ain't.
Yeah. But it was yeah, it's nice up here now. I mean, Andrew, I used to come up to the mountains for vacation, and and I could go to the beach for a day and wouldn't have to pay for driving to the beach and back. But now that I'm up here in the mountains, now our vacations go to the beach. So it's
Yeah,
just that all it did was change our vacation location. So
right. You know, reversed it.
No, last month when we were on our 3-year anniversary, We were up in Nashville at the Bass Pro up there, and there was this representative there from some kind of vacation place or something like that that Cabela's and Bass Pro has, and they were running a special for a weekend for like $150, all expenses paid and stuff like that. The hotel, all the foods you can eat. When we get to the resort, whenever we decide to book it, they give us like a $50 to $100 gift card. We have to go on one of their little tours, but
Yeah.
we got up to 2 years to book that little vacation that we want to go on to anywhere of their resorts that
Yeah.
Bass Pro offers.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's one of them. They want you to buy into one of those uh
Timeshare things.
timeshare type things is what, and don't you take the vacation, but don't don't buy into them daggum timeshare vacation.
I got a
Well,
buddy of
we
mine.
we
He
basically
does that, and he's satisfied with his, but he's been having his for like 30 years, though. You know.
we basically paid $150 for $800 for $800 weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's you came out on the good end of the stick right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really put the screws to you trying to get you to buy, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
they'll
man,
drill
I
you.
went
Yeah.
I went one time to one timeshare at the beach down there, and they got all kind of upset whenever we left and didn't buy one of the damn timeshares. But
Mhm.
I mean,
But I think we're going to use it for our next anniversary.
yeah, they
And
will.
long as they don't make you stay over there 4 hours or 5 hours every day for the weekend, you know,
Yeah.
No,
one
it's one.
seminar is good enough.
It's just one little tour we got to go on. I mean, it's nothing too big, maybe an hour or so.
Well, that ain't bad.
No.
You know, that means that your time, they paying you a lot of money for your time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was doing seed production for Pepper Joe Seed Company, and this is still this offer's still good. If I made that man some money, believe me, I did. If I want to go to Florida at one of his condos over there, all I got to do is pick up the phone and call him. All I got to do is get there.
Mhm.
Everything's furnished. He'll ask me what you want to eat because he's got somebody that takes care of the property there. That guy has access to his credit card, Pepper Joe's credit card, and he's like, "You want some ribeyes? You want what you want in the ice box? What kind of beer you want? What kind of whiskey you want? If I want to go and into the Appalachian Mountains, Smoky Mountains, whatever, South Carolina, North Carolina area right there. He's got a cabin up in a lodge up there in the mountains. I could go there if I want, or I could go to a little beach house on Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Either one I want to go to, I have access to it. He treated all his growers like that, all the seed
Yeah,
growers
just
like that, and I was the best one in the South, in the 4 states between Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi. I was top dog.
yeah. That's just be careful with the fine print whenever you go on their little tour thing, because I mean,
Right.
Oh
Right.
yeah, definitely.
because they make them sound great, but then if something happens and you're responsible for all the daggum maintenance, and something like that goes bad, and that you and whoever else has got that particular place rented owns part of that place, you're responsible for all the extra money and all that stuff. So
Oh
you got
no,
to
it's
be.
not. It's not like a timeshare. It's just a mini vacation package or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
No, I
might turn into a little bit more though when you finally get to see everything.
Yeah.
When you get there or whatever.
Well, maybe. They said they've got certain locations. They've got their own ponds and stuff like that. We can bring our fishing poles and stuff like that and fish in.
Mhm. Yeah, Bass Pro Shop over here in Denham Springs, they got a lake over there. That one, they run
Mhm.
boats in it. You can test ride boats, outboard motors and stuff that they sell over there. That thing's
Mhm.
huge. That's one
Yeah,
of the biggest ones in the country.
I've seen it.
talking about fishing. I went out fishing the other day. I caught the biggest fish I had ever caught. When I pulled that sucker in, I weighed its shadow. The shadow was 7.5 pounds.
Dang, Grizz.
No, that's one thing I didn't get to do this summer is fishing.
That's
I
a
was
good
just,
one, Grizz. KOI? Is it KOI grazing?
KOI? What's that?
I don't know.
I don't know. I can't really look at the chat right now.
Is it KOI and all of them is
Regime.
capitalized? What is that, Chef? What's KOI stand for? I think he meant KOA. That's what I was kind of thinking. Hey, Tarek, how you doing, Mona Me? What's up?
What's up, Tarek?
um,
Well, I got to get off here. My wife's getting me dinner, and I'm ready to eat. We'll catch
No, I
y'all
don't.
later.
What
yeah,
you
I
eat?
just, but
Whoop.
y'all started talking about fish, and that's what I was eating was a fish sandwich.
Boom, 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 boom. Renegade with a $2 super chat. Yeah, we got a super chat horn to go with it. That'll work.
Yeah.
Thank you, Renegade. Appreciate it. I forgot about my super chat there.
Well, I tell you, I'm coming into a damn construction zone. Right lane's ending. I got my turn signal. I'm getting ready to start getting over, and the car wants to try to decide to beat me around the cones. I
Yep,
about pushed him to the center median. He about wrecked
yep.
his car.
I've had I spent 20 years out there, Cajuns, so I know what you're talking about. They
Are,
can't read. I
are
mean,
people stupid?
yeah.
And they wonder
Well,
why there's so many doggone accidents around these damn semis. I mean, you can't test a semi.
yeah. Well, you got you. It almost comes down to the point of where you got to have that New York attitude. Two blinks and come over. That's the only damn
Yeah.
way they'll let you over. So
Anyone buy any Ryobi 2s lately? Nope.
No.
Where's
The only
where's Chakalaka like a Gillis when you need him?
the only Ryobi tool I have in my toolboxes is maybe a couple drill bits that I got from somebody, and a infrared meter, little thermostat thing.
Oh yeah, infrared, show you the temperatures.
Yeah, that's about all I've got on a Ryobi thing.
Uh,
That thing hardly ever gets used. I mean, I couldn't beat it $5 for it.
battery operated blowers, shop blowers. David,
that could have two meanings there, David.
Uh-huh.
Did he suck or did they
And,
blow?
and he meant the
Yeah.
other reason.
I had I mean
Both on sale for $199.
Oh, no
4
wonder
and,
it's a
and
damn
3.
Toyota Prius.
A Toyota Prius. That's something like
Yeah.
a Honda Ridgeline.
Yeah, I guess.
Who makes
Almost.
Prius anyway? Toyota makes the Prius.
Toyota.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I didn't know who made them.
He almost had a bad day.
The Ryobi Loan and Garden lineup is pretty good. TTI throws a lot of money into research for Ryobi. Yeah, because TTI makes Ryobi, Hart, 4 or 5 other drills, battery operated drills, drivers, all that.
I don't know. Steve from Tool Demos, he had the Ryobi mower, and that thing was garbage.
A battery mower.
Yeah, the Ryobi battery mower. He showed it on a video.
All right,
That thing was
Renegade,
complete
not a
garbage.
problem. Oh, Mater, he's got the Cobalt.
He's got the
mower.
Cobalt, yeah.
Yeah. He's got 2. He's got that 80 volt. I think it's 80 volts. Yeah, and he's got the 40 volt. I mean 24 volt.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just I can't really get into that stuff. I mean,
And when
I
you're
can't
born
really
and
buy into
raised
it.
with gas in a big yard, a gas mower in a big yard and all that, hard to switch to battery operated stuff. It takes a small yard for a battery operated mower. Small yard. That you cut once a week, a groomed lawn, because you're not going to take no battery operated push mower and cut grass that's 8 or 9 inches tall, like mine had got this summer one time, and I had to get somebody to come cut it. That's when, and I was hurting too bad, and I couldn't even start that, my mower. We got Johnny's mower over here, and Missy cut the grass in 30 minutes, 40 minutes. But we had a last cut of the season, 2-3 weeks ago. Missy cut it. It ain't grew a half inch.
I don't know. When I lived in San Diego with we moved into a mobile home community, and we had a little bitty yard. So, I went and bought one of those extension cord, the corded little weed eaters or weed whips,
Yeah.
whatever y'all want to call them.
Weed eaters.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad, but it wasn't the greatest thing. It didn't really have any power.
Right. Yeah, you take a weed eater in a yard like that and cut it. I cut my yard one time with an electric weed eater. The first time I cut my yard when we got this house was with an electric weed eater brand weed eater. And then a buddy of mine had came over one day, and my grass was growing. And he was like, "Hey, it's time to cut your grass." Huh? I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going to have to break out my electric weed eater again because I don't have a lawnmower yet." He was like, "Hold that thought." He said, "I'll be back in a minute. I forgot something at the house." He went over there in his truck, come back. He had his brand new push mower, almost brand new, Husqvarna self-propelled mower with a
Uh-huh.
grass catcher on it. And he said, cut that thing as low as you want. This thing will handle it. I think he had a a 6-horse engine on that thing. And I tell you what, it groomed my yard real good.
I tell you, my wife 2 years ago, we were looking for some like a small push mower, and she went and found one on Facebook Marketplace. I believe it's a Toro. You yank that, you ain't got to prime it or nothing. You just yank that cord back one time, it starts right up.
That's all I got, Tarek, is St. Augustine grass in my yard. Very easy to mow. Very easy. Call that carpet grass.
Hmm.
Doesn't grow fast neither. That's what I like about it. You know, it'll grow the seed heads and stuff, but that's that winter grass I got hiding in there that'll come up every now and then.
Hmm.
Yeah, our yards is too big for a battery operated anything because it pisses me off every time I get out there and if I tried cutting it with a battery operated job. At least I can add gas to the lawnmower, or the weed eater. But when you're trying to do it, having to keep changing batteries, they wouldn't work here on where we're at. So.
Yeah.
No, stop here and get some fuel. Got to get a little bit of go-go juice, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
spend that there $1,000.
Yeah.
I'm just under a half tank, but we'll see how much it takes.
About $600. Getting up in northern country up there, so it's getting more expensive every state you go through.
Right now, I'm in Christiana, Tennessee, so come on, go, lady. It's $5.24 a gallon right now.
5 1/4. That ain't bad.
Well, that ain't what I pay, but yeah.
Yeah, I know what I mean, but still, $5 a gallon. 3 years
Yeah.
ago, 3 years ago, Cajun, $5. You said diesel fuel $5 a gallon. It would be a whole lot of daggone money. So that's the sad part about it is.
Yeah.
I remember in 08, 09, you know, when the economy crashed,
Yeah.
gas in Tucson, Arizona hit 501.
Well,
And I mean, hey, when the gas was high like that, I was the superintendent on that huge building, 6-story building, and I was getting all the drop off I-beams and all them drop offs, and the welder laborers that they had cleaning up after the welders, they throw that in my truck. And then I'd bring it to the scrapyard every 2-3 days, and the magnet would take it off. I never touched a piece of steel hardly, and that's when iron, that number one iron like that, was $250 a ton.
I'm gonna mute my mic. I'll be right back with you. I gotta pump this fuel.
Oh, okay.
It hit me, and what was it?
Watch
Right
out for them
around-
aliens. Watch out for them aliens on that satellite pump.
I went to, but background time of Katrina, I own my own truck, and that doggone fuel went from like $1.80 something to $4 a daggum gallon at that time,
Yeah.
and that was a sticker shock. I mean, and I picked up. I ended I ended up going for the company I was with. They didn't pay that daggum. They didn't pay you the daggum extra FEMA money and all this stuff. But I went. I was hurrying my butt home trying to get cross down through there before everything got shut down because I was in Texas. It it was a mess. And then my first load I took out was a load of daggum. They I picked up a load of uh vinyl siding, but they put it in a van. You know, usually that stuff they had it on flatbeds, but they
Right.
had it
Yeah.
put it in a van
Right.
because anything that was going down in that area was had to be put in a van because everybody was stealing all the junk.
Yeah.
Stealing all the stuff. So,
Yeah. You locked it up.
yeah, at least you
Yeah.
could, it was in a locked up trailer and did it. Nobody knew what you had in the trailer.
Right. And we see another thing about hauling that in a van trailer is if you catch some storms and all that, and on a flatbed, all them boxes, the
Yeah, they'll get
boxes,
wet.
yeah, they'll all get wet and they'll tear up and everything. Uh,
But
that's how they hauled it. We were doing a huge vinyl job. A buddy of mine got the contract for it on an brand new apartment complex. And when he ordered all the vinyl siding, it all came in on a van truck and
yeah,
got put in a trailer. That was a storage trailer. It was his trailer,
yeah,
18-wheeler trailer, and he a buddy of his drove the truck there, dropped off the empty trailer, set it up on huge wooden mats, the landing gear on huge wooden mats so it wouldn't sink in the ground over time. With all the mud and rain down in Mississippi. It was right there in Pascagoula, Mississippi.
yeah.
And it kept all his nails in there, guns, tools, everything.
Yeah, I had
And he had
that load.
extra padlocks hooked up to the back doors of that trailer.
I think it was Gulf Shore or Mississippi where I had to take that load of siding to.
Gulfport,
Gulfport or something, or
Gulfport.
they all right there together. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
what it was a big old apartment complex that they had started working on.
right.
And what made me so mad was, I didn't really. It kind of ticked me off because I just sat that morning at a truck stop for an hour and a half because all these Mexicans buses busloads after busloads of Mexicans were uh were
Yes, I did, Missy Luquette. I saw the kitty cat.
but the busloads of Mexicans getting off of these buses and going in the truck stop, and I couldn't get to the fuel island and get fuel because I didn't want to go down in there without no fuel in the truck. And but I get to the job site and I said, I said, well, it's kind of a shame that all these people all these people were sitting on televisions crying because they ain't got no jobs and all this stuff. They can't make no money or whatever else. And the supervisor for the job site said, "Hey, this is the only people I can get to work. Daggum government's giving them credit cards for $500 a daggum week down here. They want tax-free money. They ain't nobody around here gonna work." So I mean, so it made a lot of sense. I mean, he said as long as the government was paying everybody down there to not work, that was
That guy that landed that contract for that vinyl job, the one I was talking about earlier.
yeah.
Every guy on his crew, everybody on his crew was American.
Yeah.
That a lot of them. He was from up in like North Alabama or Tennessee, up there.
Yeah.
And you know, he traveled all over the United States doing vinyl jobs.
that there,
There's Ed.
that there, but that there guy down there, he said, I can't get anybody down here to work. He said that he could. That was his big thing. He couldn't get anybody to work on that job. I mean, which I mean, all them refrigerators and freezers and everything else they were setting out on the side on the curb. They were having to take all that out of them apartments and all that stuff. I said that's got to be one nasty daggum job, you know. I mean, so
That was for a hurricane?
yeah, that was right after Katrina.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was
And
over there. I was over there for Katrina. I lost my house on Viacumbas. It
and
wasn't it wasn't
they
a house. It was a mobile home with a big screen porch added onto it. And
mhm,
it was a camp. And uh, it was leased land. It
uh-huh,
was $100 a year for the land. But it stated in the lease, if something happens, uh, like a hurricane or whatever, and it if it disappeared, if that trailer disappeared, I couldn't put another one on there because he had plans for the property in the far future for his
yeah,
grandkids and stuff.
yeah,
So it took it. You know, they had a 15 foot of water over there where my trailer was at, camp was at. So I lost out on that deal.
yeah. That was, but I mean, it was kind of sad, but I mean, I understood that there are guys. Uh, I understood his thing, you know, his because I
Way of
mean
thinking.
his way of thinking because I mean you take New Orleans, they don't call it the Big Easy for nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, so they were it was. I mean, a lot of those, most of those people over there didn't work any daggone way. So from
Hey
there,
Nick,
hey Nick,
how you doing, morning me?
but I mean it was sad in one way, but I mean they had to hand unload that whole trailer, and that's all that was unloading my trailer. Right, the only one that could speak English was the contractor himself. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Well, that
uh,
guy, he had all guys. Everybody on his crew was from up where he was from in his area, way up there, except for me and a buddy of mine.
hmm
And I went up to him and, uh, you know, talked to him and, hey, man, you know, looking for a job. He said, you do vinyl side? And I said, just turn me loose, you know, put me on one of those buildings. Uh, and, you know, uh, they did all the scaffolding work, you know, the end gables and all that.
yeah,
He had a crew for that, and he had a crew for all the low stuff, the first story stuff, under the pinups underneath,
yeah,
and
uh-huh,
the soffits, fascia and soffit. You know that the metal on the outside,
yeah,
metal aluminum stock, and then the soffit underneath. Uh, so me and a buddy of mine, we jumped on that, and at the end of the day, he says, "How's $18 an hour sound to you?" I said, "Sounds good, thank you." He says, "What do your helper need?" I said, "He'll take 12." He was like, "He got it." So we got hired. I
yeah,
was guaranteed a certain amount of money if we didn't work out anyway. You know, he said, "If
uh-huh,
y'all don't work out, I'll give you $100 bill. Y'all can split any way you want." He says, "If you work out, I'm gonna pay you what you deserve." You know, because he says, "I know uh, after the first couple of hours, you know," he said, "I'll know if you know what you're doing."
yeah. Well, but like I said, they were. He said that well, everybody, you know, there was a lot of people that comes into them kind of areas just you know to work, but I mean, as far as all that, as far as that went, I mean, that particular guy said there wasn't nobody to hire down there, right? At you know,
Right.
the clean out part and stuff like that.
Yeah, everybody was busy doing something else because
Yeah,
that area, you saw that area. It looked like 10 nuclear bombs went off on the Gulf
yeah.
Coast of Mississippi and Alabama.
Well, I can actually say that uh that Mississippi actually cleaned up. You know, they were cleaning their mess up soon right after the storm hit and come
Right.
through.
Oh yeah.
But New Orleans 3 months later still looked like the damn bomb went off in it.
It still looks like that now.
I ain't been down there in a long time, but I know there was
Yeah.
the last time I was down there. There was that there big community down there. Still, you know, you can see from the interstate. They still
Mm,
don't people ain't live down in. They won't even let them live down there no more. I
yeah.
don't think.
I think
So,
they more or less kind of shut the Ninth Ward up. You know,
yeah,
there's houses still in the middle of the streets and cars. You know,
yeah, they won't
it's
even.
just people, crackheads go in there and sleep in there. It's a free night to sleep or whatever. And I wouldn't want to go in that part of town. Not me, no.
No, no. I mean,
You know, over
I
there
mean,
where Pudding Tang that was in here earlier, him and his wife,
yeah,
they got hit by Katrina. You know, it wasn't as bad as Mississippi, but yeah, they was on the Florida Alabama line, and they probably had 4 or 5 foot of water come over the beach roads over there. You know,
yeah. Well, I mean, it took them a long time to get them daggum big fishing boats. They did wash them all the way up to I-10 down there, and they sat out there for a long daggum time before they ever got them things that back out, pulled out of there. But I mean, you could tell it was a lot, but I mean, like I said, in a week's time, Mississippi had most of the trash picked up along the interstate anyway.
yeah,
But when you went and you got over into Louisiana, they didn't know like they'd even tried to pick up some of that stuff. I mean, and I think that was more or less that daggum stupid that mayor and all that stuff that was too lazy back in them days to. Because it ticked me off seeing all them doggone the whole what all them acreages of buses and everything else that was underwater and all that stuff. I said, and everybody was standing on the bridges at the time, you know, hollering, "Well,
yeah,
we can't get no, FEMA's not helping us, not this and that and the other." And well, the thing about it was, because I mean, every truck stop all along I-10, all the way up to I-20, and everything else was slammed full of trucks for that had FEMA papers on them. But the thing about it was, Cajun, they were shooting whenever the trucks tried to go in down there, they were shooting at them.
yeah.
I mean, so they had to have National Guard escorts to get them in there. So I mean, it was kind of crazy. It was a crazy time down through there. I mean,
Oh yeah, dancing
yeah,
down here. They had acres and acres in my area of FEMA trailers
yeah, and
that
then
the people didn't want to buy after their house got fixed up. You know, FEMA started coming around a couple years later saying, look, okay, we come to get the trailer, or do y'all need it for a longer period of time? Uh, okay, fine, you got your house done. Uh, give us $100, you can keep this camper trailer. Man, everybody went crazy over that. They were buying campers, you know, like that, you know, 150 bucks, $200.
yeah, there was a whole truck stop. I mean, probably a 10-acre truck stop up there in Arkansas where they had it shut down with nothing but them daggum campers sitting around in there
Yeah.
because they
It's 20 acres over here next to a truck stop.
yeah
King's Truck Stop over here on 190 in Opelousas, and they had 20 acres of those trailers, and they were auctioning them off. Nick Hildebrand, no, that formaldehyde.
Yeah, they had for
From
formaldehyde.
all that new paneling in there and all that. Most of that's paneling, and it's all glue. You know,
Yeah.
it's all glued together. Any
Basically,
plywood is glued together, and you got a camper trailer sitting in the hot summer sun all summer without being open.
yeah,
All that glue and chemicals or whatever, that's all gonna be leaching out of the paneling and all that.
yeah. They basically when if they'd let them air it out, but they didn't have time to let them air out or anything before they could deliver them. So they got. I mean, there was a lot of them. I mean, there where they went to all kinds of places that nobody even lived in. I mean, even down here in town, there's an insurance auction down there, and they brought a bunch of them up here to that insurance auction, but they couldn't sell them to the public away unless you lived down there in Louisiana or Mississippi or somewhere. I mean, but they just that was the biggest waste of doggone money you ever seen is them campers because I mean they they were putting them together so damn quick that they didn't have time to dry out or to get the fumes or anything out of them. I mean it wouldn't have took very much if you'd got one it wouldn't have took very much to have gotten over that fume smell in it but
No, a buddy of mine was buying them left and right for
yeah, I mean,
400, 500 at the auction that
yeah,
was down at Evangeline Downs and Karen Crow, the old Evangeline Downs horse racetrack.
yeah,
And they had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them over there. And you go over there and bid on one. He overbid on some, but he got them. Some nice ones.
yeah.
Slide outs, slide
Yeah,
out.
they were
And
nice campers. I mean,
yeah, all of it wasn't slide outs.
no,
All
but I
famous
mean, they
wasn't
were,
slide outs, but a lot of them were. And I mean, real nice. Buddy of mine got his for 200. It was a slide out, and I stayed in it 3 months. When I had part of that bar in Battle of Atcher, I stayed in it 3 months. There wasn't no toxins or formaldehyde or glue smell or nothing in there because it was always lived in or whatever.
yeah, that's true. They're dancing along with Reynolds. They sent them to junk auctions basically, and unless you was a dealer, you couldn't get in there to buy them. So I mean, and I mean, I'm up here in Virginia now, but I mean, they were still selling them almost 5, 6, 7, 8 years after the fact, and they were still like brand new. I mean, but that was the thing about them is that formaldehyde. People said they was getting sick from the formaldehyde in them, but basically all you had to do was basically air them out. I mean, because they put them together. They were putting them together so daggone fast at that time that it was kind of ridiculous how fast they were putting them things together. Because I mean,
yeah, a buddy of mine, he was flipping them. He was doing some work inside.
yeah,
Anything that was wrong with it, he was bringing them up to North Louisiana by Shreveport, Bossier City, on the east side of the Red River. And he lived over there in Houghton. And he had a truck that was capable of pulling either bumper pull or fifth wheel.
yeah.
And him and two buddies of his, he owned two trucks, my buddy David and David Collier. And I mean Cecil, not David. I'm thinking of somebody else that has a YouTube channel, David Collier, camping. Anyway, Cecil Collier is his name, and he owned 2 trucks that would pull campers. And then, but he would pay his buddy to use his truck to pull. So he was bringing 3 or 4 up from here up to North Louisiana. He'd work on them and flip them, sell them, and I'm talking about making real good money too.
Yeah.
People were. He had a waiting list of people wanting campers.
Yeah, it was. I mean, you had to have a dealer's license to buy these down here, and I think they were given they were salvage titles, so you couldn't rebuild them. They wouldn't let you redo anything to them or anything else. But I mean, but I mean, you if you wanted a camper for yourself, that would have been the ideal thing. But like I said, mostly all they had to do was open the windows up and let them air out, and that smell went away pretty quick. But
Oh yeah, just open the doors, let it air out, turn the fan on the inside, or plug you
yeah,
a couple of fans in. That
yeah,
raging lost connection.
yeah, it looks like it. I mean,
We had that 2 hour mark. I think I'm gonna go longer than 2 hours. Yeah, he's back.
I hate the wrong button.
Oh, well, I knew you lost connection some kind of way. I gotta go get me another bottle of Powerade. Be right back.
yeah, I thought you maybe you had a heart attack or something after you pulled away from the fuel pumps.
I think I spent $750.
Dang. I mean, seeing how much that daggone money coming out the pocket is.
Yeah, unfortunately. But you gotta. I guess that old saying, you gotta spend money to make money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn,
I guess,
Swift, what the hell are you doing? Yeah, watch these.
But I think it was about in 2007, 2000, no, about 2005 or 2006 or somewhere in there. When the fuel price first went up to $3 a gallon, over $3 a gallon, they didn't have fuel surcharges and all that in place. And I had leased onto an 80 cent a mile carrier, and I was hurting there for a little bit till they got the fuel surcharges and all in place.
Yeah,
okay, go ahead. I said even with the price differential that the company would give you, from what the sign said, but it still hurts your daggum feelings for a little while there. I mean,
well, we're owner operators, but we're still leased on with a company for now until the truck's paid off.
Yeah.
We're leased on a Panther Premium Logistics out of Medina, Ohio.
Yeah.
Well, that's where their headquarters is, and they give us a fuel surcharge, whatever it is at that point in time. Like right now, we're getting 68 or 69 cents a mile. But usually on a deadhead like this, they pay us $1 a mile. But we negotiated with them to give us $1.80 a mile for the deadhead. So we're getting a little bit, like 80 cents extra per mile for the deadhead. So it's kind of counteracting itself.
Yeah. I was with Dart, and they wasn't paying the daggum FEMA prices. So
I remember Dart. They wasn't real big down here, but I remember.
But I mean, I was leased to Dart during Katrina and all that stuff. I was still hauling shit in there for 80 cents a mile, but I mean, but then I moved over to Landstar, and I leased on the Landstar there for when then I had a wreck. Had a guy use my truck to commit suicide. So
Oh boy.
I mean, the lease is telling me to shut up for because they don't start that on bring this over to Booze Channel. But I mean, and it kind of screwed my mind up. That's why I ain't driving anymore.
Yeah, unless you got some kind of camera system. I mean, it's almost impossible these days to prove your innocence.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
I
if
mean,
you're
I
on
was,
the interstate heading west and somebody comes from the east and wants to, do away with themselves, they cross the median and yeah, it was their fault. They crossed the median.
well, this guy's car was sitting on the shoulder of the road, and he was on foot and run across I-75 from the median over to or back toward his car. And I mean, there ain't no way in hell he didn't see me. I mean, when I hit it, and when I by the time I got locked down and all this stuff got off, the truck was already off the road. So, but I sat there for 15 minutes watching cars and trucks run over this guy's body, and I
Wow.
couldn't get him off the road or anything else. So that's where my nightmares still come in. But they turn around. His family turned around and sued my insurance, and they awarded his family $2 million. But they found out I said I was 50% in fault, so his family got $1 million. I said, how in the hell would I 50? I was cleared by 4 different law enforcement agencies, but in a civil suit, they said I was 50% at fault. I mean, they went over the truck, they went over the trailers, they went over my log books, they went over everything with a
Flying
fine
tooth
tooth
comb.
comb, and they couldn't find. They didn't. The law didn't find the damn thing, and all this stuff. Not the first soul stopped. That's what got the help because I couldn't get him out the road because there's too much traffic right before daylight. And I sat there and watched cars and trucks and everything run over this guy's body for 15 minutes where the rescue squad could get there. And it screwed up my mind. I mean,
Man, oh man. Yeah, I had a buddy of mine, a car across the center line and went under his peak, the front end of his peak, and he made hamburger meat out of that guy.
well, they wouldn't. They picked this guy up with forks and spoons. I mean,
Oh
all these cars running over him and everything else. I went down the next day when because my truck was in the shop. So, well, no, they actually had impounded my truck and my load, but they had a guy that was. But my family got down there the next day to pick me up, and they we went down 17 miles past there, and we still seen orange marks where they picked up pieces of that guy's body. And
wow.
I mean, so I quit looking after 17 miles. I quit going any further down. But I
Man.
mean, but they turned. I mean, like I said, they in the civil suit. Whenever they brought the civil suit, the daggum jury still awarded them that because I mean, the truck's always at fault, and that was right before all these dash cameras and all that stuff came out. So there's no way in heck I'd be driving a truck right now without a dash camera in it. I mean, the other cameras they can keep them, but I mean, as far as the dash camera goes, I would have a dash camera in the truck.
Yeah, I see dash cams on trucks on the YouTube videos sometimes.
Yeah.
And this one guy here said he's got 3 set up. He's got one on his driver's mirror, one on his passenger mirror, and then one in the back.
Yeah. Well, even a lot of company trucks now has got them facing back toward the driver. And that was one of them that would not work on my truck. I wouldn't be able to drive a company truck if they had a camera facing back looking at me.
Oh,
Cause
yeah.
it ain't none of their damn business.
And then one on his windshield or dash, whatever.
Yeah,
So he had 4 cameras set up.
yeah.
I drove company trucks with cameras like that. I didn't mind it facing me because I didn't do anything wrong for them to fire me over.
Yeah.
My
They don't
DM
look at them.
and
They don't
the
look at the footage anyway, and unless something, like an accident or something. Then they go over the footage. The
the operators, I've talked to all the managers and stuff like that, and they're like, at night when you're getting ready to go to bed, just throw your hat over the camera. They didn't care. I mean, as long as when that truck was in motion, the camera had to be uncovered. I didn't mind it. It didn't record my voice. All it did was record me. But when I went to bed, I threw my hat. That camera became a hat rack.
Yeah. I just,
what's up, Rob?
I
How's
guess,
it going, mon
I
ami?
mean, I run too long without cameras. So that one would have been one that would have aggravated the pee out of me because I mean, the one
See,
facing back at me. It's not that I was doing anything wrong, but it was in my
see right,
personal daggone space that I didn't need.
yeah.
So,
See, right now, I've got 3 cameras on this truck. Well, actually 4. I've got the company's camera that's only facing out for lane assist or whatever that they use that thing for. We pretty
yeah,
much got that damn thing disabled anyway. But we've got one on each mirror on outside the truck, and then we got one right there in the middle of the windshield that faces out.
yeah,
We spent almost about $1,000 on that system, but ergo, some drivers
yeah.
may hate cameras, but some
Well,
drivers love them because at the end of the day, that thing right there can save you from going to prison.
well, that would have been a. I mean, if they had that, I was waiting at the time. I was waiting for them to because they had them out testing them at that time, the dash cameras and all that stuff, but they
Uh-huh.
didn't have them. They didn't officially have them out for the general public and all that stuff. And so hadn't got one because they were still working on the technology. But I wish to God I'd had that dash camera to let them see how close that guy. I mean, I had nowhere to go. I didn't even have time to hit brakes before I hit him. So,
You had enough daylight for the camera to pick it up?
well, that was part of what they were working on was the night vision part of the cameras at that time,
Oh, okay.
and that's why I didn't have one because the night vision still wasn't good on them. So, but I mean, nowadays we got cameras around this house now that we can see anything moves in this yard even in the nighttime. So, but back then they were still working on the night vision part of the camera, and
Right.
this happened before daylight. So,
Oh, no problem, Rob. You got good videos, man. If anybody wants to check out Rob Painless right there, he's got bushcraft stuff, survival, all that. Got a lot of good informative videos. Y'all check him out. That link I put in the channel, that's a video link on storing food and stuff. But that's actually a video link. You can subscribe to him from that video or and then navigate through his channel like that.
I don't know if I'm subscribed to his channel or not. I mean, I can't really press on that screen right now because it's over there. But Boo, if you want to drop my link in the chat, you can go subscribe to my channel, and I'll do the same when I stop later on tonight.
All right. Not a problem. Oh, I was subscribed to him, but I guess YouTube took it down. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find yours the old-fashioned way.
So they've been up here quite a few times. Big white dog. I said I hadn't seen it. I don't know if she's got it tied up or something. Did we chat?
I moved up. I went over here to this guy's post page here, checking, and but yeah, I just subscribed to him too. I think I'm still. Y'all still hear me, don't you, Cage?
Yep.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when I got out the truck at the Loves, I forgot my keys, and the wife's cat was walking around the thing.
Yeah, she locked the door on you.
Yeah.
He locked me out the damn
Oh,
truck.
he did.
I had to wake the wife up. I'm like, God, man, come on.
Yeah, I seen how that look she was giving the camera when you got out the truck when you woke her up.
Uh-huh.
Missy saw that when the cat locked the door.
He likes to chase the squeegee when
Yeah.
we wash the windows.
Yeah, saw that. Yeah, I got Raging Cajun's link up there, video link. I think he was working on the Silverado on his truck
Possibly.
on that one.
Oh,
I think. Let me see which one it is.
yeah,
There'll be more videos
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. The rear main seal.
Yep. There'll be more videos of the Silverado to come.
well, I got a 91 Silverado that I'm fixing. I got sitting out there. I got the bed off of it. I just changed the fuel pump on it, and that's gonna be my winter project, is getting it ready to paint and all that stuff. So, but my shop's too full of junk right now. I got to get out and clean the shop out before I can start doing anything to the truck. So.
Yeah, I'm wanting to get into possibly a frame swap on the Silverado.
And
Just-
looky here. What's up, Adam?
Hello.
You finished your trick or treating? I see you got your orange shirt on.
Yep.
Probably got black boots on or black pants.
Yep, just got finished.
So you had a busy day. You had to work in the shop and take the kiddos trick or treating, huh?
Yep. The weather's real rainy and stuff tonight, but they still wanted to go. So.
Oh, okay.
Well, Cajun, I'm gonna jump off of here. Y'all have a good rest of the stream and all that stuff, and I will talk to y'all later.
All right, Daryl,
All
take
right,
it easy, bud. Blue top.
All right. Good night.
See you, Daryl.
Yeah, I'll stay up for a little while longer on here. I'm getting hungry. It's not like I did, not like I didn't eat 3 times already today.
What did the best Cajun cook on YouTube make you tonight, Cajun?
Oh no, we sandwiching in it tonight. No, Missus
okay.
not beating up the stove tonight. But I think tomorrow night we're gonna do some crawfish etouffee.
Oh, Man,
Missy got a pack of crawfish, frozen crawfish meat, tail meat from the store a couple of days ago, and I've been hungry for some crawfish, man.
I've bought them a few times. I mean, that tail meat's not too bad.
Hey, Renegade.
No, I mean, hell, you got hell, one of the main producers of crawfish tail meats right here down the road from me, Riceland Crawfish.
Mhm.
They got a contract with Walmart to keep them stocked up and supplied.
Mhm.
So you can get crawfish, Louisiana grown, Southwest Louisiana grown crawfish, tail meat in Tennessee, Kentucky, whatever, at Walmart.
Mhm.
You're gonna probably pay $14 a pound, but hey, at least it's there. Hell, it's 11,
I ain't
12
never.
down here. $11 to
I
$12 a
might have
pound.
paid.
Depends on the price of crawfish though at the time.
I think I paid like $10 per pack.
Yeah. What name brand was it?
Same thing.
Oh, okay. Riceland? Okay.
Uh huh.
Yeah. Right here in the big town of Eunice. And I was gonna say something a while ago and I forgot. What you been up to, Adam? Busy?
I stumbled across so many machines the last 3 weeks.
Oh yeah.
I've got
Been
the two on the trailer I still need to bring in here.
watching
And
a
I'm
few
going-
videos.
Then later this week, there's a 34-inch Camelback drill press and a couple other things I'm hoping to bring home too.
And you're gonna run it. You're gonna
Adam,
have
since
to build you another shop.
I'm just that will pretty much
Fill you up.
that'll pretty much do it.
Oh, I know what I
Adam,
was gonna
since I've
say.
got you. Oh, go ahead, Gage.
Go ahead.
Since I've got you on here, Adam, what is the best way to level a mowing deck, on a John Deere?
The easiest
Light it
way
on fire. Light it on fire.
is I assume on the deck's adjustable at all. Is it hanging
Yeah,
from chains or from bars?
I think it's hanging from bars, I believe. It's a D100 John Deere.
What I do is, if you don't have the little mower blade height special tool,
Right, the little ramps.
you just take a coupling nut with a bolt in it, put the blades widthwise on it, and run it up on one side and run it up on the other and see if it's close. And then do it
Okay.
front to back. And you want just a little bit of tilt to the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way the deck is sitting on this thing, it's tilted to the left or the right, and it's making a deck where I have to go over the lawn like 2 or 3 different times to get the right height on the cut.
Yeah, if you got bars, it's easy to do. Or chains, it's easy because you can do a half link or a whole link.
And an important thing people miss when they're adjusting their decks: make sure your tires have the same amount of air pressure in them.
Right.
Yeah.
What's up, Neil Martin? Neil Martin, what's up, mon ami? Yeah, and do it on a concrete surface.
Yeah.
Level concrete surface. They make these little gauges that they like a triangle, a little ramp, and all that with like notches and little steps on them, and they cheap. They real cheap.
Oh yeah, the one I use in my shop here was like $10.
Yeah. Now you get some plastic ones for at Lowe's in the garden center mower section for cheap, like $10, $8, $7. Oh, I know what I was going to say a while ago. Hey, Sergio, what's up, mon ami?
Hey, Sergio.
Yeah, we sandwiching it tonight. Missy got a pack of ham the other day when she went to the store and got some little shredded cheese, and she cut up finely, very fine cut lettuce, thin cut tomato slices, and and some Colby Jack shredded cheese. Yeah, gonna make a couple of sandwiches tonight. For supper. like a cold supper sometime, and that ham, that cold ham, cold cheese, cold lettuce, cold tomatoes. Oh yeah, and cut that diagonally. Oh boy, get out of town.
We went to McDonald's. I was flipping through TikTok last night when I was sitting at that place, and I come across this little bitty video of somebody at McDonald's. You got the Big Mac, but instead of putting patty meat on there, he had them put chicken patties on there.
Oh, huh.
And when we went to McDonald's tonight, I actually tried it, and they did it. It's actually pretty darn good.
How much more was it for that trade-off?
Nothing.
Not really. Wow.
They didn't charge me no extra.
Were they able to get your truck fixed today, Raging?
Yep.
Mhm.
Good.
Place opened up this morning. They ran up to Tifton, got the part, came back down. They didn't even move the truck into the shop. They just brought one of their real little roadside trucks out, fixed it on the spot.
Cool.
$100 for the part, $200 for the labor.
Oh, you was parked at the shop, wasn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they could have rolled a service card out there.
I wasn't inside their bay. I was off to the side. Yeah, they just brought one of their service trucks out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, all the tools are nice and handy already, so.
And all I needed was a couple of wrenches.
Right.
Maybe a jack to jack the front end up because they didn't have no air left in the system.
What they have to jack the front end up for?
To get under it.
Oh, they have to get under the truck?
Yeah, it's under it.
Oh, okay.
It's under it on the front. I believe it's under it on the frame.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. They always underneath because every time it pops off like that, it blows dust everywhere if you're on a gravel parking lot.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's back there behind the air tanks.
Uh-huh.
And our air tanks sit like not directly under the driver's seat, but like right there behind. No, they actually sit under the driver's seats under the batteries. Because the batteries sit on top of the air tanks.
Yeah, my Western Star, they were behind. It wasn't directly under the driver's seat. It was more to the rear of the truck. And I could see, like my pool cable, for the air tanks. I could just grab that and I could see that little bulldog moving, let the water out of the tank.
I think on my Freightliner that valve you had replaced was part of the air dryer. But I'm not sure.
The correct name for it is air PPV valve.
Pop off that. And how many lines were running to it? Airlines?
6 to 8 lines.
when I had a Craftsman 30-gallon air compressor with a 5 horse or 6 horse airless, oilless motor on it, and that little petcock at the bottom of the tank, after a year or so, it just rusted. It got all bent up and messed up. So I went to Sears and got a new one, and I think it was like, I forget how much it was, like $24 for that
Uh-huh.
petcock. They had me by the balls, so I paid for it and put it on there. Another year and a half later, same thing. I said, oh, hold on a minute. I thought of something. I said, I'm gonna go to the Peterbilt place and get me one of those bleeders for a truck to air tank. And I did, and I screwed it up. I don't know if I needed an adapter, from small thread to bigger thread. No, it might have been the same size. I threw me some Teflon tape on that sucker and popped it up there, and I had the cable that came with it. Had the cable come with it. And I tied it off to the handle of the air compressor, and whenever I wanted, man, that thing lasted forever. Them things don't go bad, hardly. And it's got the little bulldog in there, I call it. When it's like that, it's closed off. When you pull it, it opens it up.
Right.
Yeah. I'm one of those that I leave my drain valve ever so slightly open the whole time the compressor's running. My
Really?
shop compressor. Yep.
Yeah, what you got? Like about 100 gallons altogether?
Yeah.
Twin motors on top, twin cylinders on top.
Yeah.
3-phase.
Yeah, 3-phase, 5-force.
Yeah, you got a good one. Yeah,
I'm one of those
60,
who has
60.
seen a compressor blow up and go through a shop wall. So
Yeah.
So you leave yours cracked at all times?
yeah, just ever so slightly.
In the daytime, you don't. At night, you don't.
No, I shut it down when I'm not in the shop. So.
Right. Yeah, flip your breakers or your switch, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Ours is 3-phase in the shop.
Yeah, I got one of those Campbell's Husfields.
Hey, Ken.
65 gallon.
Yeah, Walmart brand. Walmart used to handle Walmart used to handle a Campbell Hosfield airline air products.
I don't know where her dad got it from, but it's a really good air compressor. I mean,
oh yeah,
we took it with us. Shut the power off. Unplugged it from the circuit breaker.
Welcome back, Kent.
Unplugged it from the circuit breaker and stuck it on a dolly with a piece of wood. Just put a strap around it and took it with us.
What's up, the Numis Maniac? What's going on, buddy? How's the weather up there in Canada?
It made it all the way down to Tennessee with no problems. No, I wasn't leaving that big old thing behind. Nah.
Nah, no.
Before I moved it, I drained all the air and stuff out of it.
Oh yeah, man. If you got 120 pound of air in there, that gets heavy after a while. You got to let all that out.
Yeah.
I told that to a helper, a laborer. That's all he is doing, toting wood on the job site.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a 25-gallon compressor and the wheels were broke on it. So, but it stayed right there outside of the trailer. And I don't know why they was taking it out instead of just leaving it in the trailer. I forget why, but it was him and another helper's job to load the compressor back in the trailer. And they were straining on that thing. I says, I told the greenhorn, if you they got 125 pound, 120 pound of air in that thing. If you let that air out, it's going to be a little lighter for you. He was like, oh man, no shit. Yeah, all right. He fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. He did. He let the air out. He didn't mention anything about the weight though, because everybody was laughing at it. Oh, I forget what I was going to say. Yeah, I know what I was going to say. Brandon with BS Small Engines. He was in whose panel was? He wasn't in the panel. He was in the comments. Somebody gave Brandon a damn 3-phase converter.
He was in Theo's live stream last night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Theo's
I was
live
texting him
stream.
about
Yeah.
that too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And he was like, he wasn't sure what he was going to do with it or whatever. Give it. I said, everybody's like, no, man, don't don't get rid of that thing. You can.
There's a big one too.
Yeah, 5 to 25. I think it was 5 to 20 or 5 to 25. And those things ain't cheap neither.
My homemade one will run 20. It will start a 20 horse motor.
No, for those big air compressors, it's rare to find them for under $500.
What's it used for? He's got 3-phase conversion. Like if you got a 3-phase piece of equipment, and all you have, and you don't have 3-phase, all you got is regular 220.
Yep.
You could convert your electricity. That unit will run on 220 with that converter, with that 3-phase converter. You don't have to rewire your motors and all that stuff to get it converted back to regular 220.
Mm-hmm.
I want a very fine condition, 1881 San Francisco Morgan Dollar VAM 7 S over S double 1.8 last Wednesday night. Wow. Who you won that off of, David? What type of machines use 3-phase? I'm not big in machines and stuff. It's all new to me. Cooler.
Big metal working machines and big woodworking machines. Industrial.
Anything big that's electric, has electric motors, or compressors, like in a meat market, a slaughterhouse style meat market where you have a lot of coolers and big coolers for hanging meat. That's all 3-phase. When T-Bar Slaughterhouse, he converted over to 3-phase because it was available at the highway, at the power poles. 3-phase was available. And he converted over from regular 220 to 3-phase. And because his light bill was running like $2,600 a month.
Oof.
With all that stuff. He said he knocked his light bill down to like $1,300. He cut it in half.
Save some money.
Coining around. Okay, that's Tupac coining around. But donated by Sandman Coins. Okay, I'm not familiar with Sandman Coins.
Yeah.
So would a paint booth used for cars need 3-phase? Well, that would depend on what kind of air compressor you got.
The big paint booths that I've seen, a lot of them are actually because the big fans in them, and some of them have built-in heaters. But those are like big paint booths. Because 3-phase motors are much more efficient and cheaper to run than, standard motors.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because I'm in a residential area, I'm able to run, 20 horse motors off of 3-phase when that'd be quite the draw at 120 volt and stuff like that.
220, yeah. Still, even 220 would be a big draw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
a 20 horse motor, that's a damn good sized motor.
Oh, yeah.
That sucker's powerful. You don't want to get a shirt sleeve caught in a belt pulley or nothing like that on something like that, because it's just going to tear your arm off. It ain't going to stop the motor, put it that way. You get your arm caught in there, it ain't going to stop that motor.
Yeah, my big lathe has a 15 horse on it.
Either your arm's going to go around that big pulley, or it's going to break the belt, one of the two. It'll snap your arm.
It's definitely something like that. I mean, people got to watch themselves working around equipment and pulleys and stuff like that. I mean, that's something you really can't toy around with. You toy around with something like that, you're playing with your life.
Yeah. And then, like in my shop, I backfeed a transformer, so I make my own 480 volt.
Mm-hmm.
So you really got to be careful when you do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially when you're messing with it. Get the shock of your lifetime. It'll knock the fire out your butt.
But no, when we finally get back into a house and everything, when I set my air compressor back up, it's going to have braces going around it. I mean, it's not going to be freestanding. I'm going to make sure if that thing ever decides it wants to try to tumble over, it ain't going anywhere.
What, the air compressor?
Uh-huh.
No, okay.
A lot of people put them out, and I want to do this too, is put them outside in their own little lean-to thing for noise and...
Yeah.
That's not a half bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a compressor room at the shop. The bead blaster's in there also. It's that big. And we got 2 tanks, 2 3-phase compressors in there. We got right at 400 gallons of available air.
Now, if you do something like that, would it be best to installate that little room that it's in, or just leave it as is?
No,
a lot of people just put little covers on them.
KC!
Drain.
Boom, 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 boom. $2 super chat from him. Thank you, sir.
And like mine, I'm not going to put on the same side as my neighbor's house. I'm going to put it behind my shop for courtesy reasons.
See, where we're looking to get out in basically the country where our next neighbor is maybe a half mile or a mile away from us.
Oh, yeah.
That's always nice. But
yeah, you don't have to worry about the things that I have to worry about and stuff. So.
Yeah.
That's right, David Carlisle.
But I definitely want to set my shop back up to where I have nothing really to worry about. I'll have everything I need, air compressor wise and stuff like that, and all my toolboxes. Everything's going to be set up a little bit different than it was up in Kalamazoo, but it'll be set up really nice and convenient.
Yeah, if you don't want to make a little compressor room outside, you can just box it in with two walls, put your
Mhm.
compressor in a corner, and come off of each wall and insulate the inside of that, and you won't hear no noise because you got your motors on there. You got a V twin up there, if I'm not mistaken.
I do believe
Uh,
so. I haven't seen it in a while.
yeah,
I mean, I couldn't really tell you. It's in
yeah,
storage right now.
and those are quiet anyway. You know, they not like a oilless air compressor motor. Those things are loud, man,
Yeah.
and I mean
Oh,
loud.
oh, Cajun, this thing is not quiet, but it's not loud. I mean, it puts off a little bit of noise when it fires up,
Jack,
but it does
what's
it
going
does
on,
everything I
mon
need,
ami, Monsieur Jack?
and I didn't have to pay a dime for it.
Right? Oh yeah, if somebody would give me something like that, I wouldn't care if it was oilless or standard
Well,
compressor.
it belonged to my wife's dad, my father-in-law.
Right,
But
right.
he long passed away many years ago.
Yeah,
So we kept the air compressor and stuff like that because he was a old machinist.
right.
My stupid butt, I sold all the tap and die set he had.
Oh,
I'm regretting that one.
that's probably machine shop
Kicking
grade
myself in
too.
the butt for that one.
That's probably uh
He had at least $5,000 worth of tap and
very,
dies in his toolbox.
yeah, I was gonna say very expensive stuff.
Uh huh. But I'm really kicking myself in the butt for doing that.
All right, Rob, appreciate you coming in, bud.
But I didn't sell that stuff just to anybody. I sold it to another machinist that will actually put it to the good use and not abuse it. You know,
Right, right. All right,
it was
Rob,
a
yeah. Good chance. Come on back.
it was a young kind of young kid, but not a young kid. He was just starting out in the industry. It was maybe 2 or 3 years in. He was looking for a good tap and die set.
You helped him out, saved him a few dollars.
Uh huh.
Yeah, Jack, I'm better, a lot better. I'm up about 90% on my health. I need to put my weight back on. Because man, in the hospital, when you're on those NPO, uh, when you're NPO, they don't give you nothing. Water, eats, food, nothing.
Mhm.
Sometimes they'll let you get by with chewing on some ice chips, you know. But after midnight, like NPO after midnight, if you got something going on the next day, test or whatever, or a procedure or surgery, they don't even, ice chips are no, nothing.
Yeah, they don't want nothing in your system.
Nope. What's up, Rail?
Hey,
Rail
Ralph.
9222.
Ray, what's up, buddy?
Yep, I'm glad to see me too, Jack. Glad I got to see y'all too. That's no doubt. After two surgeries, yeah, maybe another one in a couple of months. Well, it won't be a surgery. It's going to be a procedure.
So not a full-on surgery.
Mm-mm. No cutting. No cutting. What's up, Faceless? How you doing, bud? I hadn't seen you in a little while.
I haven't had many surgeries in my lifetime.
I got my tonsils taken out and I got my gallbladder taken out. That's it. And well, then that procedure for the gallstones, to see if they didn't have any of my bile ducts, but they aborted that mission. You know what I just realized?
Hmm.
You know how I usually click that third box from the left?
Uh-huh.
And I remind Power Stroke Jude or other guys about it. Click that third box, to give us this layout that we're in here now. I
Yeah.
didn't do that. YouTube did that automatic. I mean, StreamYard did it automatic. It must remember. It must remember that.
Big possibility.
Yeah.
YouTube is really starting to get into their stuff and do some changes.
Yep.
Yeah. See, like this right here,
Uh-huh.
there's a lot of live streams that they do this right here. They keep it on this setting because that's the default right here.
Yeah.
That's the default setting here. And I always go to right here. That way we're not all scrunched up like sardines. But after like this away, right here, if somebody else would come in, the layout's going to change.
Right.
It's going to change to the other one because you're too crowded right here. 4 people in here straight up and down, we'd be about this wide. We'd be thin like sardines.
Looks like a damn toothpick.
Yeah. Oh man! Speaking of sardines, I got a can of sardines and mustard sauce in the pantry. Go! I just made myself hungry for mustard sardines.
Do you ever fry up your canned sardines?
Fry? Deep fry?
Just normal pan fry them?
No. Why?
It really changes them. I do that a lot. I fry them and then I put them on a hoagie roll when I'm eating. I've worked to do in the shop. I need something I can hold while I'm doing other stuff.
Yeah, make you like a little sandwich type deal.
Yeah.
Oh, never have. You do the mustard sauce or you do like the oil?
I like the mustard and the oil.
I don't like the oil. The plain oil? No, I like the mustard sauce.
Ken.
Not wide enough.
That's when you have to go in at an angle.
Oil on a cracker.
Put that on a cracker.
Yeah, that's how I eat sardines. What I do, I half them, open them up, and I take that spine out of. That's a little crunchy, and I'll lay all that out in a little saucer, and I just grab a piece with my fingers, and then take a bite of cracker, Ritz or saltine, whatever. I like them Captain's wafers. Like you go in a restaurant, they got the little Captain wafers. I think Keebler has a variety of that too. Them long rectangle crackers, butter crackers, and I like that with sardines or raw oysters. When you go to an oyster bar, that's what you get. You get those Captain wafers. If you want some, if you don't want any, you just tell the waitress whatever. I don't want no crackers. Just leave me with the oysters and the cocktail sauce.
I eat oysters. I try to eat oysters one time a year, and that's on my mother's birthday. She loved oysters.
Oh man, I know. I love raw oysters. Raw, fried, gumbo, stewed, cream soup. The white soup. oyster stew they call it, but it's a white. You make it with cream, half and half, and
Uh-huh.
all that. Man, oh yeah. Ken said, "I eat fried oysters, but don't do no raw. I'll remove the spine and drop it in my mouth in front of the kids. The faces they make. Yeah, yeah. That's the word I was looking for earlier. The spine.
You got a
Me.
super chat on there.
Boom, 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 boom. Miguel Martinez. Man, appreciate it, brother. Trick or treat, my way, my Mexican way to say trick or treat. Well, that's a good treat right there. $20 super chat, buddy. Thank you very much.
Not needed, but appreciated.
Yeah, I can deal with some snow crab legs too. But I'd rather Dungeness crab.
Hmm.
Like if I would go to a buffet or something, which I don't. The if I had a choice between a snow crab and a Dungeness, I'm picking the Dungeness crab. It's more of a sweeter meat than a snow crab. Snow crab,
Hmm.
it's salty, you know, got that
They
real salty taste.
they canceled the snow crab season up in Alaska this year.
Why?
Depletion issues.
Oh, really?
Yep, they completely closed it. They said it's going to cause some of these second and third generation fishermen probably their boats.
Yeah, but they can still go for the king crab though.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Well, you see those boats, like what you see, what they call it, deadliest
Deadliest.
catch.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Hi,
Well,
Shell.
you see them catching the king crab, you know,
Mhm.
mostly. But when king crab season is over, when that shuts down, they rigging up for snow crab. Well, not no more,
Or Pelios.
apparently. You know, and are they rigging up for another type of a crab, or they rig up for sardines?
A lot of them catch cod too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
them boats are running more or less all year round, and they make big bucks. I mean, those boats are, if they're not paid for, they're doing something else with their money they shouldn't be doing. You know, I mean, it's good to have a big bank account, you know, a fat bank account. It's good, you know, to fall back on. But if you have a boat for 20 years and you've been successfully crabbing every year, all year, or doing whatever, that boat should be paid for, you know, 5 times over. It don't
Uh-huh.
take but 4 seasons to pay a boat off.
Yeah, then you got all the maintenance and stuff like that. It's kind of like
Well,
trucking.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
But I tell you, if I knew I could do it, I'd go up to Alaska or something like that and try to go out on one of those boats one of these years.
Hey, Shell, appreciate you coming in.
I wouldn't mind doing that.
What's that?
Going out on one of those crabbing boats.
Ooh, yeah,
Going,
you're gonna be the bait cutter. They start you off
I,
low on the totem pole.
I wouldn't mind.
Bait cutter, bait uh, uh,
You're
bagger.
gonna be the greenhorn. That's where everybody starts at. I mean, you got to start somewhere. Same thing for the mechanic world. You got to start somewhere. You start off on the ground floor.
Yep.
What you mean, Adam? My dream vacation is to Alaska. I want to fly fish for salmon. Oh yeah, okay. Eat them raw on the bank, nice and fresh. Also want to get a black bear with a spear while in Alaska. Ooh.
All the way I'm killing
Oh,
black bears with a
oh,
shotgun.
was the email title correct? No, that was a joke.
Oh, okay.
Mater and Crystal are at their church. Well, was at their church, passing out candy for the kids and all that stuff. He had mentioned it in a video he put out today. That diesel heater,
Yeah.
the one that he asked me about a computer power supply, if that would work. I'm like, yeah, man, I forgot about that. I said, and I've got 4 or 5 over here, computer power supplies, and them things you can get 60, 70 amps out of them. If not more, you can get 80 out of some of them. And so I said, just look on the board where the wires go in at. I says, that'll give you your voltage and amps. So he looked at it and said, yeah, he had seen a YouTube video on it too. And he says the yellow and black. And because that heater draws a little juice, quite a bit. He had a little 2.5 amp converter, 110 to 12 volt, 2.5 amp. And he hooked that up to that diesel heater, and it kept throwing the breaker on the little power supply.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't enough amperage. Couldn't supply the amp. So, but that computer power supply, that ATX did it, and he got the exhaust fumes going out through the wall, going out into another section of that shop.
Mm-hmm.
Ken, I want to hunt one with a claw hammer.
You want to hunt one with a claw hammer? Boy.
No, no. Give me a shotgun or something to shoot that dang thing with. I'm good.
Them big bears up there got some nature, man. If that bear chases you, get up a tree, and a bear can climb after you in a tree. Just depends on certain size tree. They can't hug a little bitty tree, but they can knock you out of it more than likely. But if you get in a tree where you climb and the bear climbs after you, well, he's going to be climbing slow. And that's what my daddy always told me. He says, because I used to go in the woods a lot with my 410. And he says, if a damn bear comes after you, because we got black bear down here in Louisiana, especially in that area where we had all that property in the swamp and woods and stuff. They don't call it the Grand Bois for nothing, big woods. And he says, you just climb that tree. And he says, you sit there. If that bear comes after you, you wait till he gets a foot away from the end of your shotgun barrel and you let loose. You got 3 shots in your gun. You let loose, and that bear is going to hit the ground. So you shoot him right in the face, right in the nose.
Don't miss.
You can't miss at a foot away.
You'd be surprised with some of these people handling guns these days.
Yeah. They wasn't raised like I was
They hit
raised,
a target.
though.
They miss a target right in front of their face.
I think I was 4 years old when I got my first BB gun. Little Daisy Red Ryder. Then I advanced up to a pellet gun. 1 cracked barrel. The barrel would crack open and load the air cylinder. And you put a BB in it or a pellet. Pellets are more accurate. David Carlisle said, I would need at least a 10 gauge double barrel. You don't see 10 gauge double barrels anymore. Oh, you
I
don't
got a
hardly
12.
see 10 gauges anymore.
I got a 12 gauge.
The only thing bad about the 10 gauge shotguns, the shells are so expensive. You're looking at $30 a box for 10 gauge shells for a box of 25. Man,
I've got a bunch of old World War II 12 gauge shells that have the copper jacket on them.
you mean the brass part? You
Yeah,
talking about at the
yeah.
bottom? Okay.
Yep. I mean they're full length for
Oh,
moisture and stuff like that.
oh,
They're
okay.
old military surplus.
Yeah. Hell, they'll probably still fire then. Have you ever tried them? One of them?
Yeah, a long time ago, I used to have a older shotgun that you could bump fire. It was an old trench gun from the probably 30s. And yeah, they fired then. I fired them probably 2 years ago.
Shotgun shells?
Yep.
Dang. Me and Bears got an agreement. I don't go where they live, and they don't come where I live. That'll work.
Uh-huh.
I got a friend that bow hunts for bear, and I would never do that.
No.
Yeah. Unless it was from like a helicopter or something.
Oh, yeah, where he can't get to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if that arrow ain't placed just right, and I mean just right, because hell, a 45 bullet, but I mean, them big bears got some nature. I mean, they still coming at you. And if you don't hit him in the heart with that arrow, you just better climb a tree or something.
Yeah, it's. I don't bow hunt. I don't bow hunt for stuff like that. No. Only thing I bow hunt for is maybe a turkey or a deer or something like that.
Yeah, look how far a deer can run after you put an arrow in it. You know, and a well-placed arrow too, in the lungs or the heart. I mean, he's going for a few hundred yards. You know, and a bear, oh boy, he'll go for miles with an arrow in him.
With a couple bullets in him, he ain't going nowhere.
Well-placed bullets. Who said that? Rail. We can't put garbage out or bird feeders because of the bear. Yeah, you put your garbage out the night of the trash pickup, whatever, because our trash used to pass before daybreak, you know, like at 4:30 in the morning. Now they pass about 3 in the afternoon. Different company. A good size one anyhow. I hate to say it, but a 45 ACP isn't going to do much to a bear besides piss it off. A good size one anyway. Yeah.
Empty the clip on him, it'll do something to him.
Yeah. Got to be close to him too with a pistol. Now, if you got like a lever action Winchester 45, a rifle, yeah, you know, you got a little bit more punch, a little bit more power in that punch.
I'll tell you what, my wife was, we were heading out to California. I think it was on I-40. It was at a truck stop, at one of the Petro truck stops out there. I think it was in New Mexico or Arizona. It's free range out there for cows to be anywhere they want to be. Well, she took the dog out, and there was a baby calf out there with the mama and the daddy or whatever. Well, the dog tried to go up to the cow. My wife is sitting there holding the dog. I look out the rear view mirror. I'm like, oh, God, this is getting ready to end bad, because all of a sudden, that cow backed up a few feet put its head down and started shaking its head. I'm like, yeah, I need to get out of this truck and get them away from them. I'm like, you need to stop right now and back up slowly. If that cow would have charged, I would have killed it, but hopefully I can get to him before he got to them.
Love a Henry rifle.
Yeah, that's a little much there.
Yeah. Obliterated its shoulder and front leg. Mush. A friend of me and Johnny's, Aaron Roy, he called Johnny about 2 years ago and says, Johnny, I want you to order me a rifle. I want a Henry rifle. I forget what caliber. Might have been 22 or whatever, but Henry is known for their rifles, but Henry Rifle Company went out of business years and years and years ago. That they got bought out. I forget who bought them out, who bought the name and all that. They were already shut down when this other company, bought the name and all that. Hey, Haney Okie, how you doing? And Johnny called the company and tried to order a rifle, and they were just out of stock. His name had to go on the waiting list. Boy, and Aaron didn't like that. Said, man, I want that rifle, want it now, and all that. Well, a couple years later, he finally got one in, and he wanted a certain scope on it, with the see-through, the taller mounts, the see-through, so you can shoot either way. And Johnny told him, man, don't put that type of scope on your rifle. And he says, you're going to regret it later on. You know what? Didn't matter anyway, because Aaron, he ain't going to go out in the woods anyhow. He's 82 years old or 83. And every time he buys something, it just sits. That rifle's going to collect dust. And Aaron will never, he might go to the shooting range, rifle range with it, because he's a member. He might go to the range with it once a year, but that's going to be about it. He'll never see the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys, I got to head in and make dinner for the kiddos.
Yeah, I'm going to head out myself. I'm hungry.
I'm getting into a bunch of traffic anyway.
I said that an hour ago. Well, it was about an hour and 15 minutes ago. And I always do that. I say I'm gone in about 10, 15 minutes, and there it is. Another hour goes by. So, was that a week? I worked a gun store and had a customer lose a few screws after he took his Henry rifle apart and brought it to us. Called Henry's customer service and answered. And I know there's another part of that coming. Because I was 200 characters right there. Anyway, you want to do your outro, Adam?
Bye, everyone.
Yep. Nice and sweet to the point. All right, Adam, take it easy, bud. Appreciate you coming up.
All right, everybody in chat, y'all have a great week. I hope you had a great Halloween. Hope everybody stayed safe out there. We got a good couple streams coming up this week. If y'all are interested in some college football, go over to Wide Right CFB. They have a pretty good stream over there. Ed's going to be going live probably tomorrow night. But, Kazan, thank you for having me on. Good to see you again, Adam.
Yep.
But like I always say, Y'all keep those wheels spinning and the beavers grinning, and we'll catch you on the next one.
All right, everybody. It's good being north of the grass. Be safe. Stay that way. I'm glad we got to saw y'all again. I'm glad y'all got to saw us again. And as always, love, peace, and crackling grease. Catch y'all later. Pluto.
Good.